You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on liducks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember.
Hi, I'm Chris King, the radio
the Long Island
and TV
Ducks
voice
baseball
of your
game
Long
is
Island
currently
Ducks.
being delayed due to
2004
inclement
was a
weather.
very special season
We will
for the
update
Ducks,
you on the
both
status
on
of the
and
game
off the
as
field.
soon as possible.
From the first pitch of spring training until the final out of their championship victory, there were packed houses, nail-biting wins, and enough excitement to last a lifetime. During the Ducks' first ever trip to the Atlantic League playoffs, each of their 6 games was decided by just one run, with the Ducks winning 5 of those. In putting together this championship DVD, we'll take a walk down memory lane and take you step by step through the Long Island Ducks 2004 Atlantic League Championship. Following another close call at the end of the 2003 season, the Ducks had finished second in 6 of 8 halves through their first 4 seasons of play and still had never qualified for a playoff spot. After a winter full of organizational meetings and player signings, the team headed down to spring training loaded with talent, brimming with confidence, and eager to prove that this team was different.
Well, when we got down to spring training, it was we kind of realized that this was kind of a special group of guys. And we all clicked from the very beginning, and our mission was, you know, if we're going to be in the independent league and nobody's going to give us an opportunity to go play in organized ball, then we're going to try to do the absolute best that we can with our team. And like I said, we felt like we had a special talent and a special group of guys, and it was our goal to go out and win the championship.
He is all business on that 5th day. I tell you, he has his good times and whatever, and keeps everybody loose up to that point. And then, it's business day.
I expect to win, and I expect to win pretty much with the whole pitching staff. When you get Bill out there, he's going to fight you. He's going to fight you to the end. He never wants to come out, and that's always good.
Of the 25 players on Long Island's opening day roster, 14 had major league experience, highlighted by a pitching staff that featured Bill Pulsifer, Matt Beach, Matt DeWitt, Bill Seamus, and Lance Davis, all of whom had experienced success at the big league level.
Every spring training, especially with the Ducks, you go into it of not knowing how long you're going to keep your guys, and that's always a concern. But when we walked out on the field the first day, when Pulsifer and Seamus showed up, there was no longer any worry of what type of clubhouse we were going to have. The camaraderie was there just with those 2 individuals, and as a coach, as a manager, when you know your camaraderie is good, it solves a lot of problems. So everybody else was going to fit into place. All the guys that we had from the previous year, we knew were very good guys, very good individuals, and we pride ourselves with the Ducks of bringing in good individuals, not just statistics, but they got to be good people to play here. And as soon as we had those 2 guys, we knew we were set.
As the season began, Long Island came out of the gates on fire, emerging victorious in each of their first 6 games.
4, and the Ducks win the game. Final score, Long Island Ducks 5, Pennsylvania Road Warriors 4.
By the end of the season's first month, Long Island was on a roll, in first place with a 16-7 record.
We had a lot of guys returning from the year before. It was myself and Barty and Doug and JJ and stuff. Well, those guys, I know they remember the hurt that we felt in that last game and how close we were to it. And then getting guys like Pulsifer and Seamus and Lance and Beach and those guys in the beginning of the year, we knew we had a staff that could take us all the way. Of course, the big question was how long were we going to have them for? Which comes across every year with the Ducks, is that we start off great, and if somehow or another the guys get picked up, which is what the league is for, and but it hurts our team club. and we never seem to make the playoffs because we got guys leaving, and sometimes you just can't replace those guys.
By mid-June, however, 3 of Long Island's top pitchers had been signed to Major League organizational deals. Clint Weibel was the first to go, followed by Matt DeWitt and Matt Beach. Following their departures, the Ducks hit a skid and, following a July 5th loss at the hands of the Nashua Pride, found themselves 1 game behind the arch-rival Bridgeport Bluefish with just 7 games remaining in the season's first half. Despite regaining their footing in the following series against Pennsylvania, the Ducks found themselves needing a sweep of Bridgeport in the half's final series in order to earn a berth in the Atlantic League playoffs.
All the Bluefish needed was 1 victory in the 3-game set, and the Ducks' playoff hopes would be dashed yet again. And the Ducks would have to do it against their arch rivals on the road in a ballpark in which their playoff dreams died in the last week of the 2000 season. They'd also have to do it in a ballpark where they'd only won 13 times in 37 games coming into the season.
You're listening to the soundtrack of the Ducks Championship DVD, 2004 Long Island Ducks, A Season to Remember. The Long Island Ducks baseball game is currently being delayed due to inclement weather. We will update you on the status of the game as soon as possible, and thanks for listening to Long Island Ducks baseball exclusively here on liducks.com. We now return you to our trip down memory lane.
The 3-game series with Bridgeport during the July 10th through the 12th was quite an exciting series, and it was great to have the fans coming over. I mean, there was so many little facets of that particular series that was going into play that not a lot of people, unless you had been around and been a part of the Long Island Duck organization for a while, would really understand the complexity of it. With that veteran team that we had, you know, we knew that if we just went in and played 1 game at a time, which is, of course, very cliche, but yet it's very applicable for the situation. You know, if we win the first couple of games, you know, that we would put the pressure back on them, and that's what we did. The Monday night game, you know, after it being called after the 9 innings, was very frustrating for all of us, both teams in general.
I know the feeling after the game of that last night when it was raining. We were in the clubhouse and we were going, this can't happen. I mean, we can't end it like this. We had just come back. I mean, we battled our butts off. And so did Bridgeport. I mean, it was a great series that we played against them. We beat them the first 2 games of the series. It came down to that last game. They had scored a couple runs in the beginning, and we fought back to tie it. And it came down to the 9th inning, and we were playing in the rain the whole game. And when they called the game and took us off the field because of the rain, it was like kind of mind-boggling. It's like, what are we doing? We've been playing in this for 9 innings, and just all it takes is we finish 9 innings. The next person to score will win.
So the Long Island Ducks headed home. The July 12th game was declared a tie, with a new August 9th game rescheduled to be played in its entirety and no playoff spot yet secured. Despite the fact that they had come so far, the Ducks had no closure. The second half would begin on Friday night, but there was still 4 weeks of baseball to play before the first half champion would be declared.
Well, so we start the second half of the season. We don't know who the first half champion is, and we're going to play that game 2.5, 3 weeks out. It really kept the tension around here at a certain pitch. Certainly kept all the fans' interest. We started to point our whole season towards 1 game, and that's sort of good and it's sort of bad. For the fans, it was high drama. For us in our organization, it was high drama. For the ball players, so we were all focused in on that August 9th game.
And while the Ducks would have to wait for their chance to play for their first ever playoff spot, they would continue their pursuit of individual and team records that would fall during the magical 2004 season.
back here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York, as the Long Island Ducks take the field, and we are almost ready for baseball on this Saturday evening. We appreciate your patience as we stick out this rain delay before tonight's game. About 6 o'clock or so, a heavy stretch of rain came through and caused a lot of rain to be dumped on this field. So we had the rain come through, then the tarp lifted off. A lot of maintenance done on the warning track around the field, but we are just about set for baseball on this Saturday night as the Ducks and the Bluefish will play the second game of this 4-game series. My name is Michael Pollock. Thanks so much for joining us this evening, whether you're tuning in on our flagship radio station, 103.9 FM, LI News Radio, or on the Ducks official YouTube channel. That is youtube.com/DucksBaseball. We appreciate you joining us, and we appreciate your patience as we waited out the rain delay. Well, the Ducks have taken the field, as we mentioned. They are now joined on the field by tonight's Dream Team. And tonight's Dream Team for this evening is the North Melmore North Merrick Little League. Color guard over at first base is Cub Scout Pack 123. There's a giant lineup of kids as well that are being recognized before the game from Comac School District. They are down the left field line. And momentarily we will have our national anthem, which will be performed by Curé of Ars in Merrick. So we are just about ready for that, and as the Ducks look for their 8th consecutive victory, fans here at Bethpage Ballpark being asked to rise and remove their hats and caps. And now we will turn things over to Curé of Ars, who will perform our national anthem. Curé of Ars in Merrick as the pyrotechnical fireworks go off in the background. We are just about ready for baseball. A terrific performance with our national anthem here on this Saturday night. Well, the Ducks will be looking to make it 8 straight wins and 18 victories this month. They are 17-1 in the month of June, playing the best baseball of anyone in the Atlantic League. But those pesky Somerset Patriots continue to find ways to win, and they remain a game and a half in front of the Ducks for first place in the Liberty Division standings, with 15 games remaining for the Ducks here in the first half of the season. Well, Billy Buckner will take the mound for the Ducks. Buckner, the former big leaguer, making his 6th start of the year. He's 3-1 with a 4.03 ERA. And here is the Bridgeport Bluefish lineup that he will face. Ethan Chapman is going to lead things off. He is the left fielder. Batting second, playing second base is Luis Antonio Rodriguez. The 3-hitter and right fielder is Wellington Dotel, and in the cleanup spot is the first baseman, that is John Alonso. Jobduan Morales does the catching and bats 5th. Andres Rodriguez is the designated hitter, batting in the number 6 spot. Hitting 7th, playing center field, James Simmons will get the start tonight, hitting 8th. And over at shortstop is Matt Burns, a late addition to the lineup today. And rounding out the order is the third baseman, and that is Matt Wessinger, who hit a home run last night and had the only run for the Bluefish until they added one other run in the 9th inning in the 6-2 Ducks victory. So the rain has passed here at Bethpage Ballpark. That is the good news. There may be some very light rain still falling, but not enough to delay this game any further. Right now, the field, the grass in the infield look great. It's the warning track that still has some water on it, especially down the right field line. There are some puddles and stuff still on the warning track. Hopefully that will not pose any safety issues for any of the players here, but the grounds crew has done a terrific job here at Bethpage Ballpark to get the field as close to perfect as possible, but it is playing ready. The Ducks throwing around the ball in the infield one final time before the first pitch of tonight's game. The Bluefish enter with a record of 20-33. They have lost 3 games in a row, and they are currently now 17.5 games back in the Liberty Division standings. So for the Bluefish, it's going to be about trying to finish this half strong, gain some momentum before the start of the second half of the season, which follows the All-Star break that is on July the 8th. That is the date of the All-Star game, which will be held at Bridgeport's ballpark at Harbor Yard. And as for the Ducks, they are in the midst of a terrific pennant chase right now, trying to get that first half title and a postseason berth here in 2015 after missing out on the playoffs a year ago. But before that, the Ducks still have some business left to do. They have to try and win some games here and get closer, if not in first place. And of course, the Ducks and the Somerset Patriots will meet the final 3 games of this first half of the season here at Bethpage Ballpark, July 3rd, 4th, and 5th. And as it's setting up right now, that could very well decide who ends up being the first half champion. So we are just about ready to go. The grounds crew just finishing up some maintenance down the left field line, making sure that everything is ready to go as Billy Buckner waits on the mound to begin his night of work. And now, because of this slight delay, he is doing a few more warm-up pitches with his catcher, Jose Morales, just so that way his arm stays loose, stays fresh before the first pitch of tonight's game. Should be a good crowd on hand, a capacity crowd expected. The first sellout of the year was last night when 6,063 fans were in attendance here at Bethpage Ballpark for the Justin Davies retirement ceremony. And then, of course, the 6-2 Ducks win. So we are just about ready to go, and the first pitch on the way is in for a called strike. First pitch has been thrown, and we are underway. Well, we begin at 7:17 p.m. here on this Saturday evening. A check swing foul ball here to the first base side by Chapman, and the count is now 0-2. 68 degrees first pitch temperature here tonight, so a little bit cooler than has been the case of late. And the 0-2 to Chapman. Breaking ball missed down the low. They will appeal. Nope. The home plate umpire, Warren Nicholson, says that he went around. So that is strike 3. And on 3 pitches, Ethan Chapman is down swinging. First out of tonight's ball game. So the one away, that is going to bring up the second baseman, Luis Antonio Rodriguez. 43-minute rain delay at the beginning of tonight's ball game. First pitch on the way to Luis Rodriguez, misses downstairs. That is ball 1. Rodriguez bats from the left side. Ducks are in their alternate orange jerseys. The Bluefish also going with the alternates tonight. They are in the teal blue. And the 1-0. That misses downstairs again from Buckner. It looks like he's trying to do some maintenance there on the front of the mound. And the count 2 balls and no strikes. Buckner ready to go, winds and fires. The 2-0 is ripped towards the right field line, past the diving try of John Griffin. It's a base hit. Prentice Redmond over to field along the warning track. Rodriguez will go to second, and he will stop right there with a 1-out double. So Luis Rodriguez with his 6th double of the year, first hit of the ball game for the Bluefish. A scorcher up the first base line that was out of the reach of John Griffin. So that'll bring Wellington Dotel up to the plate, the number 3 hitter. And he will bat from the right side. Dotel wears number 19 for the Bridgeport Bluefish. Buckner from the stretch looks to second, now deals to the plate. And his first pitch misses up and inside for ball 1. Dotel on the season at .289, 3 home runs, 23 runs batted in. Very well could be an all-star for the Bluefish this year. Here's the 1-0. Big curveball, and that missed just above the belt. So Buckner, after striking out Chapman on 3 pitches, has allowed the double to Rodriguez after falling behind 2-0, and now is behind on Dotel 2-0. Buckner kicks and deals to the plate. Breaking ball hit towards third. Nice play on the short hop and a dive by Puckett, and he throws to first for the out. Excellent play by Cody Puckett there at third base. A, having a range to his left and kind of make a sliding stop, and then B, fielding it on the short hop. Runner stays put at second, and with 2 away, that'll leave things up to John Alonzo, the first baseman and cleanup hitter. Well, aside from Puckett, the Ducks defense has Delta Cleary Jr. in left field, Lou Ford in center, and around in right field is Prentice Redmond. On the infield, it's Cody Puckett at third, Dan Lyons at short, Reggie Corona, the second baseman. John Griffin is over at first, behind home plate doing the catching, Jose Morales, and as we mentioned, Billy Buckner on the mound. Breaking ball misses down low and outside for ball 1 to Alonzo. Same defensive lineup for the Ducks tonight as was the case last night in their victory. Rodriguez leads at second. Here comes the 1-0, excuse me. Buckner kicks and fires. Now that fastball missed inside. And now it's 2-0 on a third straight hitter. So Buckner is flirting with some danger here in the early going by falling behind 2-0 on 3 straight batters. Not what you want to do and fall into a good hitter's count right away. Here is the 2-0. Alonzo, a check swing on a ball diving down and away. They will appeal the first. And a swing ruled by the first base umpire tonight, who is Tom Major. Warren Nicholson is the home plate umpire this evening, and around at third base is Richard Katz. So now the count 2-1 on the righty swinging Alonzo's at 2:51 on the year. Buckner comes set, looks to second, glove in front of his chest, looks back to second again, now the 2-1, swing and a miss, high and inside fastball, and Alonzo cut right through it. That evens up the count at 2-2, and Buckner 1 strike away from a scoreless top of the first inning. 12th meeting of the year between these two teams, who will meet 27 times this year. Right now, Bridgeport holds a 6-5 advantage in the Ferry Cup Series. And the 2-2 on the way to Alonzo is a breaking ball down in the dirt, blocked by Morales. Alonzo thought about it, but was able to hold up, and the count now runs full. Runner is not going to go from second here, most likely, because it is not a force situation, and Rodriguez does not have great speed either. Job to Juan Morales waiting in the on-deck circle for Bridgeport. And the 3-2 from Billy Buckner on the way. Alonzo will take a fastball low in the dirt for ball 4. So there's the first walk of the game issued by Buckner. And Bridgeport now with runners at first and second with 2 out for Morales. As we mentioned, Buckner on the year is 3-1. He has a 4.03 ERA through 5 starts on the season. Picked up a win his last 3 starts. And the last time out came against this same Bluefish team last Sunday up at the ballpark at Harbor Yard. He earned the win with 6 innings of 1-run ball, allowed just 4 hits and 2 walks, and struck out 7, which tied his season high. He struck out 7 then, and did it at Somerset as well, May 29th. Trying to wiggle out of a jam here in the first inning, though, as Job Duan Morales steps up to the plate. Runners at first and second. With 2 men out, first pitch is a half swing, and Morales went around, so that is strike number 1. Morales comes in tonight at 246 as a Bluefish, 15 for 61, no homers and 4 runs batted in. It's not a Bluefish team that has a lot of power, just 11 home runs for Bridgeport this year. Now the 0-1, breaking ball down and in, another good block by Morales, and the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. Buckner doing some maintenance again on the front of the mound. The field was covered, the infield and the mound was covered, so the rain should not have had too much effect on that front of the mound, but a couple times now we've seen Buckner doing some maintenance on that front part of the mound. Seems to be having a little bit of an issue with it. So the count 1-1 here on the lefty swinging Morales, who is a switch hitter. And the 1-1, so ground ball to first. John Griffin fields on a few hops. He will take it to the bag himself. Morales retired, and Buckner works out of trouble. So in the inning for the Bluefish, no runs on a hit and a walk. They leave 2, and after a half inning, it is the Ducks and the Bluefish scoreless. The Ducks coming to bat here at the Duck Pond.
Hey fans, this is outfielder and hitting coach Lou Ford, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated Paver Shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver Shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc paver, let Nicoloc pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. The Ducks and Municipal Credit Union have teamed up again this season to present the Walk with a Purpose promotion. Every time a Long Island Ducks player walks, Municipal Credit Union will make a donation to the Quacker Jack Foundation. Municipal Credit Union serving members since 1916. So we go to the bottom half of the first inning. Bluefish threaten but do not score in the top half. And here's the lineup that the Ducks will send out against former big leaguer Cameron Lowe, who will make his Bluefish debut. It will be Reggie Corona leading off. He is the second baseman. Delta Cleary Jr. bats second and plays left field. Hitting third and center field is Lou Ford, and the cleanup hitter is the designated hitter, and that is Randy Ruiz. John Griffin is at first base, batting fifth, hitting sixth, and playing third base Cody Puckett. Batting seventh is the catcher Jose Morales. Hitting eighth and playing right field is Prentice Redmond. And rounding out the order for the Ducks is the shortstop Dan Lyons. So that's a look at the lineup tonight for the Ducks. And Long Island will step up to the plate. It's the same starting nine in the exact same spot as last night. 6-2 come from behind victory for Long Island. So here is Corona to the plate, a switch hitter batting from the left side. Lowe, a tall right-hander out of the windup, and his first pitch is a fastball over the outside corner for strike one. Lowe stands in at 6'8". He is 245 pounds, a big boy on the mound for the Bluefish. Definitely an intimidating presence. In the 0-1 is a line drive towards the left field line, just foul. It went past the infield dirt in a shallow left, and that ball landed just a few feet to the left of the chalk. So the count now 0-2 on Reggie Corona. Infield plays Corona straight away. Lowe wearing the high navy blue socks on the mound, looks in for the sign from his catcher, Jobduan Morales. And the 0-2 on the way from the right-hander. Corona takes a fastball upstairs for ball number one. Reggie at 290 on the year. Hit his third triple last night, which is second most in the Atlantic League, tied with a few players. Two have 5 triples on the year, including Bridgeport's Wellington Dotel. And the 1-2 on the way is swung on in line to right field, a base hit for Reggie Corona. It's not the start that Cameron Lowe wanted in his Bluefish career, but a good swing by Corona, and he has the first hit of the game for the Ducks.
Batting in the second position for the club hitter number 5, Delta Cleary Jr., number 5.
So Corona on with nobody out. Here is Delta Cleary Jr. to the plate. Kevin Myers typically does not put the bunt sign on here, but a lot of times he allows the hitters to do whatever they please, and Delta Cleary Jr. oftentimes has been laying down sacrifice bunts. He has 7 sack bunts on the year for the Ducks. So we'll see if he elects to lay down the bunt again here. The third baseman in on the grass mat, Wessinger. First pitch from Lowe. Cleary Jr. squares, takes low. Corona going for second. Here's the throw, and it is not in time. Tag from the shortstop, Matt Burns, just missed Corona as he slid towards the back part of the bag, so a stolen base for Corona, his 7th of the year. He's now 7 for 8 in the stolen base department. So Kevin Mize putting the run sign on right away, and Reggie Corona is now in scoring position with nobody out. Here comes the 1-0 pitch. Cleary Jr. does not square this time. He takes low and outside again, and it's 2 balls and no strikes. Switch hitter batting left-handed at 309 on the year. No home runs, 12 runs batted in for Cleary Jr. Wall looking for the sign here from Cameron Lowe, and now comes set on the mound. The 2-0, Cleary Jr. grounds it back up the middle, past Lowe and into center field, a base hit. Kevin Baez sending Corona around third, then gives him the stop sign, and on the throw home, taking second is Delta Cleary Jr. So heads up base running by Delta Cleary Jr. A single for Cleary Jr., and then he moves to second on throw. And the Ducks now with runners at second and third, nobody out for Lou Ford. It's a hard one-hopper back to the mound, and Lowe tried to grab it, but it went just past his glove. And Kevin Baez initially was waving Corona around from third, but Corona initially stopped because he had to wait and make sure Lowe didn't get that baseball. Otherwise, he would have been a dig duck between second and third. So once that ball got through, Corona was able to make it to third, and Kevin Baez realized that he probably wasn't going to score on James Simmons. So now runners at second and third. Here is Lou Ford to the plate, and the first pitch from Lowe is a fastball low and inside for ball 1. So back-to-back singles for the Ducks to start things off. Ford, the Atlantic League leader in runs batted in. He's got 44 of them on the season. And a 1-0 pitch is swung on and chopped weakly here towards third. Charging and fielding it, Wessinger. The off-balance throw to first in time. Good play by Wessinger. The runners have to stay put, so Ford does not get the job done. He cannot bring home either runner. And now it's second and third with 1 out for the designated hitter, Randy Ruiz.
Designated hitter, number 50, Randy Ruiz, number 50.
So here's Randy Ruiz to the plate, the DH and cleanup hitter batting from the right side. Ruiz hitting .300 thus far as a Duck with a home run and 8 runs batted in. Corona leads at third, Cleary Jr. at second. And the first pitch to Ruiz swung on and fouled off at home plate. Back behind the dish and the count 0-1. Good crowd on hand again here tonight. There are a few empty seats because of the rain, and many fans still up enjoying the activities on the concourse, trying to stay dry before heading to their seats on this Saturday evening. 0-1 pitch upcoming. Low kicks and fires, and Ruiz lines one in the air to right center field. On the run is the center fielder Simmons. He won't get it. It's into the gap and will go towards the wall. Corona is in to score. Cleary Jr. is in to score. And in at second with a 2-run double is Randy Ruiz. The Ducks strike first, and they lead 2-0. So for Randy Ruiz, give him his 5th double of the year, RBIs 9 and 10. And after Ford's ground out to third cannot produce a run, Randy Ruiz with a good piece of hitting goes the opposite way into the gap, drives in 2, and the Ducks strike first. So Ruiz goes to second as Corona picks up his 29th run of the year and Cleary Jr. his 23rd. And here is the 5-hitter and first baseman John Griffin, who will bat from the right side. So a tough start here for Bluefish right-hander Cameron Lowe, the former big leaguer. And the first pitch to Griffin is hit on the ground towards second. Gobbled up there by Luis Rodriguez. He'll throw to first for the out. Ruiz will cross over to third base on the play. So a runner at third with 2 down, and that'll leave it up to Cody Puckett.
Batting in the second position, the third baseman, number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
Griffin before the ground out was at .264 with 8 homers and 36 runs batted in. Here is Cody Puckett to the plate, who drove in a run and scored twice last night. He bats from the right side. First pitch on the way, and Puckett will take a fastball low and outside. That is ball number 1. Puckett at .297 on the year, 4 homers, 22 runs batted in. Low from the stretch, the 1-0. That's inside on a fastball for ball 2. Defensively for the Bluefish, it is Ethan Chapman in left field, James Simmons in center, and Wellington Dotel is around in right. On the infield, Matt Wessinger at third base. Matt Burns is at short. Luis Rodriguez at second, John Alonso at first, and John Juan Morales doing the catching for Cameron Lowe. 2-0. And Puckett takes the fastball again, low and outside, so it is 3 balls and no strikes. Jose Morales would be next for the Ducks. Long Island with a 2-0 lead here in the bottom of the first inning. 3 hits in the frame for the Ducks, a double and 2 singles. And the 3-0 pitch to Puckett, take it all the way, and it's right down the middle for strike 1. No surprise there that Puckett takes all the way with a 3-0 count, especially with the way Morales has been hitting lately, hits in his last 5 games. Now the 3-1, and Puckett swings and misses. Got a good fastball again and cut right through it. So the count now full, 3 balls and 2 strikes. Low, another long look in for the sign from Morales. Now he's ready in the 3-2. Fastball is on the inside corner for strike 3. Puckett started to make his way down to first. And a late call from Warren Nicholson, but that will retire the side here in the opening inning. However, the Ducks jump out to a 2-0 lead, 2 runs on 3 hits, and they leave 1 on base. We will head to the second. Long Island 2 and Bridgeport 0.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher John Brownell, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Second inning at Bethpage Ballpark, where the Ducks ahead 2-0 over the Bridgeport Bluefish in the second game of this 4-game set. Time for the Ducks Health Report, which is brought to you by Island Shore Physical Therapy, the official therapist of the Long Island Ducks. Brian Sabatella, who had been out the last few games dealing with a shin injury, is healthy, back and ready to go. He's not in the starting lineup tonight, but is available if needed to come in and pinch hit. Probably won't be brought in as a pinch runner, but could hit if needed. He said he felt much better today, and Kevin Byes is being a bit cautious, want to make sure that he is definitely 100% before putting him back into the starting lineup. A few guys out still on the inactive list. Eric Komatsu with the elbow injury, Carmine Giardina with the shoulder impingement, and Sergio Perez with the oblique strain. Everybody else on the active roster is healthy and available, ready to go. Bluefish are dealing with a few injuries right now, as the first pitch is a breaking ball up and inside for ball number 1 to Andres Rodriguez, who is the DH and 6 batter, for the Bluefish. Here's the 1-0. Swing and a miss. Cut through the pitch, diving down in the zone. The count 1-1. Bluefish have 2 big players that were out right now. One big one, I should say, in Sean Burrows, their third baseman, who is hitting .340 this year. He's dealing with an oblique strain, as this one cut on and missed for strike 2. And oblique strains definitely are not anything that are quick, easy recoveries. They usually tend to take some time, so that is a big loss for the Bluefish. Frazier Hall was in the starting lineup originally tonight, but that was scratched late. He is dealing with a quad injury. So Frazier Hall out of the lineup tonight. The 1-2 is a breaking ball low. He originally was going to bat 8th and play 3rd with Wessinger playing short, but was scratched, so Burns is now playing short, hitting 8th, and Wessinger in the 9th spot at 3rd base. 2 players out on the disabled list for Bridgeport. You have Darren Bird, who is suffering from a labrum injury, and Cody Scarpetta, who has a hamstring injury. Here's the 2-2. Breaking ball missed inside again to Rodriguez, and the count has now gone full at 3-2. Buckner was able to get out of the first inning without giving up a run. He did throw 18 pitches in that inning. He's fallen behind on a few hitters. The 3-2, swing and a miss, strike 3. Got him to chase down and away, so a nice job by Buckner to pick up his second strikeout. And that is the first out here in the second inning.
Hitting in the 7th position is center fielder number 7, James Simmons, number 7.
Buckner does not walk too many hitters. He has walked just 9 and 22 in the 3rd inning so far this year. His most was 3. That was back on June 4th at Camden in a 9-1 win. Ducks have won 4 of his 5 starts thus far. The only time he lost was the only time the Ducks lost. That was May 29th at Somerset. First pitch is over the inside corner for a called strike. A fastball from Buckner, and the count 0-1. Ducks really did themselves a favor yesterday by scoring those 2 big insurance runs in the 8th inning. That made it a 5-run game instead of a 3-run game. Here's the 0-1. Simmons takes outside to even up the count. It allowed Kevin Baez to go to Bruce Kern in the late innings and not have as much need to go to Amalio Diaz or Ryan Cushmal. Cushmal had pitched each of the previous 3 games over the 2 days before that. Simmons takes a fastball low. Buckner upset with himself on the mound after throwing that pitch, and the count 2-1. And Diaz had thrown the previous 2 days. So with that, Kevin Baez wanted to avoid having to use them. He was able to go to Bruce Kern instead, who gave up a run but ended up getting the final 3 outs without coughing up the lead. And now Kevin Baez saying today that Diaz and Cushmal should be available for tonight's ballgame. Here's the 2-1. Swing and a miss. Simmons cuts through a fastball over the inner half. And the count 2-2. Simmons this year at .225. No home runs, 15 runs batted in. Simmons notoriously among the league leaders in strikeouts. He is 4th right now with 60 on the year. Ground ball left side. Cody Puckett to his left makes the sliding stop, and his throw over to first in time for the out. Nice play again by Cody Puckett. And there are 2 away in the second inning. So with 2 down and the bases empty, that will bring up the shortstop, and that is Matt Burns. Burns batting in the 8th position. He is the shortstop tonight. And he hits a high fly ball down the left field line. Long run for Delta Cleary Jr. He's going to run out of room, though. And it lands over, might be on the warning track or in the first row. It was on the warning track, and Cleary Jr. picks up the baseball, gives it to a fan in the front row. And the count 0-1 on Matt Burns, who has 15 at-bats thus far, 2 hits, and has struck out 9 times in those 15 at-bats. Scored 1 run. And the 0-1 is lifted in the air to left field. Cleary Jr. has to race over, makes a diving catch. Oh, what a grab by Delta Cleary Jr. Froze for a minute off the bat, then realized he had to race to his right as it was slicing. And he found a way to make a sliding catch for the out. And that retires the side in order in the second inning. So the Ducks flash you some leather again. As Bridgeport goes in order, we go to the bottom of the second, 2-0, Ducks in front.
Hey fans, this is shortstop Dan Lyons, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment, too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglyny.com/efficiency.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience. Bottom of inning number 2 with the Ducks ahead 2-0 over the Bridgeport Bluefish, and this the second game of a 4-game series. It'll continue tomorrow here at Bethpage Ballpark, 1:35 start time. Got a nice day of Father's Day baseball as long as the weather holds up, which it hopefully should for tomorrow. Fans can purchase a package that includes an access to the all-you-can-eat pregame barbecue in the Hebrew National Picnic area. Along with a game ticket, that package $30. There's also a package that includes both of those as well as a pregame catch on the field, and that is $40. And in addition, of course, the Sunday Family Fun Day activities. You get the pregame autograph session and postgame Kids Run the Bases, presented by Bethpage Federal Credit Union. So make sure you come out and spend your Father's Day with the flock, and happy early Father's Day to all of those celebrating tomorrow. First pitch from Cameron Lowe to Jose Morales is grounded foul up the first baseline, and the count goes to 0-1 on the Ducks catcher. Switch hitter batting left-handed. He has gotten his average up to 266 on the year. No homers, 8 runs batted in. Really has been hitting the ball well of late. As we mentioned earlier, hits in each of his last 5 games.
Blackers and glow sticks here.
Lowe ready. And the 0-1 is swung on and foul tipped. Just off the end of the bat of Morales, fouled it into the ground at home plate, and the count 0-2. Still have the number 4s on the field from yesterday when Justin Davies' number was retired. Those take a few days before they fade away. But a nice addition for yesterday's game. Here comes the 0-2 pitch. And Morales hits a breaking ball in the air to shallow center. Going out to shortstop Burns. Coming in the center fielder Simmons. And it's Burns who ends up making the catch for the first out here in the second inning. Cameron Lowe, a former major leaguer, spent parts of 9 seasons in the major league. Spent time with the Texas Rangers for the majority of it. 5 seasons with the Rangers from 2004 through 2008. Also spent 3 years with the Brewers. 1 with the Braves, 1 with the Cubs, and 1 with the Mariners. All 3 of those were in the 2013 season. First pitch to Prentice Redmond. And this is low and outside, and that is ball number 1. Redmond made a little bit of a switch today. He switched from number 28 to number 27. Not a big move, but a little bit of a difference. We'll tell you why after the 1-0 pitch. Here it comes, and Redmond takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Prentice Redmond, for the majority of his career, has worn number 27. When he was a member of the Bluefish, he wore 27 primarily, and only recently just realized that the number was available since Tommy Organ is no longer with the Ducks, so he asked if he could switch, and sure enough, he was able to. 1-1, hit on the ground, up the third baseline, it kicks foul. Past Kevin Baez, past the third baseman Wessinger, and the count 1-2 on Prentice Redmond. So he is now number 27 in your scorebooks, and had a big at-bat in last night's game when he singled off of the back of pitcher Mike Antonini. 2 runs ended up scoring on the play. 1-2 here is lined back up the middle into center field, a base hit. Pitchers beware of Prentice Redmond right now. Last night a bullet off the back of Mike Antonini that scored a run, and then on an error another run scored, and then here a bullet single right back through the box again. And nearly took the head off the right-hander Cameron Lowe. So Redmond the runner at first, the 4th hit of the ball game for the Ducks, and that'll bring up the shortstop and 9-hitter Dan Lyons. Lowe set at the belt. And his first pitch on the way is a fastball in for a called strike. The count goes to 0-1. Lowe last year spent time with 3 different AAA teams, Gwinnett, Omaha, and Reno. all in the, or 2 in the Pacific Coast League, Gwinnett in the International League. Here comes the 0-1. Kicking the pitch on the way, and Lyons takes a fastball down low. That'll leave the count at 1-1. Gwinnett in the Braves organization, Omaha in the Royals, and Reno in the Diamondbacks organization. He was originally a 39th round draft pick by the Phillies way back in 1999. 33 years old. Here's the 1-1. Chopper here, slowly hit toward short. Burns fields. He'll go to second for 1. And that is it. Wasn't sure if Rodriguez was able to keep his foot on the bag, but they say he did. So it'll be a 6-4 fielder's choice hit into by Dan Lyons. Redmond out at second base, and Lyons advances to first. And with 2 down, that'll send us back to the top of the lineup for Richie Corona. Before that, Lyons was hitting .296 with 2 homers and 27 runs batted in on the season. So here's Richie Corona, who got the offense started in the opening inning with a single to right. Stole second, moved to third on a base hit by Cleary Jr., and scored on the 2-run double by Randy Ruiz. Low came set and then stepped off. I believe time was called either by the catcher Morales or the hitter Corona. Ready to go is Lowe. And his first pitch to Corona is a breaking ball that missed down in the zone. And the count goes to 1-0. We mentioned earlier, Cameron Lowe stands in at an imposing 6'8", 245 pounds, a right-hander out of Scottsdale, Arizona. A very popular town, just like Tampa, Florida, for baseball players. Florida and Arizona, 2 spring training homes, and that is where a lot of baseball players make their home year-round because of the warm temperatures. Lifted down the left field line, foul. Out of play off the bat of Corona to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 2-0 Ducks lead, bottom half of the second inning. Following the game tonight, the fans will be treated to a pyrotechnico fireworks extravaganza that is presented by NYCB. Every Saturday here at Bethpage Ballpark this year, fireworks show for fans to enjoy. Throw over to first, chases Lyons back to the bag. He is most definitely a stolen base threat. 9 steals in 10 attempts this year, and Kevin Baez might be thinking about getting him in a scoring position for Corona to try and give the Ducks an extra run here in the second inning.
He just hit a foul ball, so hopefully he bounced over.
1-1 pitch upcoming. Lowe comes set on the mound. Here's the pitch, and Corona lifts this one in the air, foul. Third base side out of play. And the count now goes to 1-2. Corona, a switch hitter from the left side, wearing the high black socks. Former New York Yankees prospect who reached the AAA level on multiple occasions but never made it to the big leagues. The 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up from Cameron Lowe. He comes set at the belt. Throws over to first again to chase Lyons back to the bag. John Alonso holding him on. Bluefish manager Ricky Van Asselberg. This is his first season at the helm for the Bluefish, taking over for Willie Upshaw. From the stretch, here's the 1-2. Lyons takes his lead. Here's the pitch, and Corona swings and misses for strike 3. Cut through the breaking ball for Lowe, his second strikeout, and that ends the second inning. No runs for the Ducks on 1 hit. They leave 1 man on base, and we have played 2 here at Bethpage Ballpark. It is the Ducks 2 and the Bluefish nothing.
Hey fans, this is first baseman John Griffin, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on in the park night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
Ducks fans discover the difference at Huntington Honda and find Long Island's all-star lineup of over 1,200 new Hondas. Huntington Honda steps up to the plate to treat every customer with no-pressure respect and grand slam service after the sale. Discover the difference in a winning buying experience at HuntingtonHondaCars.com and then visit Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110. Well, we head to the third here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks still leading it 2-0 over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Billy Buckner back to the mound to begin his third inning of work. He'll face 9-1-2 in the Bluefish order. It'll be Matt Wessinger, followed by Ethan Chapman and Luis Antonio Rodriguez. First pitch in this righty-righty matchup, and Wessinger hits a ground ball to short, gobbled up there by Dan Lyons, and his throw across right on the money. Wessinger retired on the first pitch, and that's the first out of the third. Wessinger was at 196 before that, 9 of 46 at the plate, with the home run and 3 runs batted in. So one away, backed up to the top of the order. Ethan Chapman will step to the plate, a strikeout victim in his first at-bat of the night. Hits from the left side against the righty Buckner. And the first pitch on the way is low and inside. Ended up getting past Morales, went all the way to the backstop. Seemed like that one could have slipped out of the hand of Buckner in the count 1-0. Chapman last night was the center fielder. He led off and went 0 for 5 at the plate against the Ducks pitching staff. The 1-0 squared to bunt, pulled back and took low. And that'll run the count to 2 balls and no strikes. Bluefish had 7 hits in last night's game, but had just 4 hits until the 9th inning, when they picked up 3 hits off of Bruce Kern. Bunted here up the third baseline by Chapman. Puckett will barehand his throw to first, not in time. Scooped out by Griffin, but it's going to be a bunt single for Ethan Chapman. And he finds his way on. Good piece of bunting and was able to put it down the third baseline nicely. So Chapman, the runner at first with 1 out in the inning. And here's Luis Antonio Rodriguez, who doubled in his first at bat. He knew who was waiting on deck in terms of Rodriguez, the way he has been hitting at points this year, and the way he hit off Buckner back in the first. So Chapman wanted to get on. Now he's the runner at first, has a big lead over there. There he goes. First pitch taken inside. The throw down to second base is not in time. Ended up hitting the runner as he slid in. So a stolen base for Ethan Chapman, his first of the year. Chapman has good speed and was just waiting for a chance to get on base. That was just the 5th time he got on base this year. So the first stolen base of the night for Bridgeport. And now they've got a runner in scoring position with 1 out. Buckner doing some maintenance on his cleats behind the mound. Seems to have been having some trouble with that mound throughout the course of the night. Maybe some muddy conditions on there, although, again, the tarp was on the field during the big rain. Here comes the 1-0 pitch, and Rodriguez swings, fouls it back behind the plate over the screen. And I don't believe that ended up going upstairs, and the count even up at 1-1. Rodriguez last night was 0 for 3 at the plate for Bridgeport. Drew a walk in his final plate appearance of the night. That was in the 8th inning against Brownell. Buckner from the stretch, the 1-1. Rodriguez takes the fastball up and outside, and that is ball 2. Lights on at Bethpage Ballpark. The wind blowing in from right field. A light wind at the moment. Cloudy skies overhead, but no rain, and that's what is most important. Here's the 2-1. Fastball. Buckner missed low and outside. And now behind on Rodriguez, 3-1 with Wellington Dotel waiting in the on-deck circle. So Rodriguez looking to reach for the second time tonight. We'll see if he gets the green light on 3-1. Here's the pitch, and he does swing and fouls it back to the backstop behind home plate. That will run the count full with Ethan Chapman waiting at second. Two to nothing Ducks on the scoreboard as we play in the top of the 3rd inning. We had to wait through a 43-minute rain delay at the start of tonight's ball game. Payoff pitch on the way, and it is taken low for ball 4. Missed down low, so Buckner with his second walk issued tonight. Rodriguez is on for the second time. And after the ground out on the first pitch, a bunt single and now a walk. And Bridgeport with runners at first and second and 1 out for Wellington Dotel. Again, the most Buckner has walked in a start this year with the Ducks is 3. And has already picked up 2 tonight. Now looking for the ground ball from Dotel. First and second, 1 away, and the first pitch from Buckner is a breaking ball that hits the inside corner. A called strike in the count, 0-1. Dotel grounded out to third base in his first at-bat back in the opening inning. Last night he was 0 for 3 at the plate. Drew a walk in his first plate appearance of the night in the first. Runners go here, both of them, and Morales could not get the ball out of his glove, so it's a stolen base. So a double steal for Chapman and Rodriguez. Chapman with his second of the year, Rodriguez with his first. So runners at second and third here with 1 out. A 1-1 pitch on the way, and Dotel grounds it back to the mound. Buckner looks the runner back to third and throws to first for the out. Great play by Billy Buckner as he snared that hard comebacker by Dotel and looked Chapman back to third, made sure that he was not going to try and score, otherwise he would have been a dead Bluefish in between second and third, between third and home, excuse me. So the runners cannot advance. It is second and third with 2 out. And here is John Alonso, the first baseman and cleanup hitter. First pitch, and that fastball missed up and inside. And the count goes to 1-0 on Alonso, who drew a walk his first time up. Alonso last night for the Bluefish had a pair of hits. He had a double in the 4th and a single in the 6th. And here he grounds one to short. Dan Lyons is there. And his throw over to first in time for the out, and a nice job by Billy Buckner to get out of the jam. Allowed a bunt single and a walk with 1 out and then a double steal, but he gets the comebacker and then the ground out to short and remains without giving up a run tonight. No runs, 1 hit, 2 more left for the Bluefish, and we head to the bottom of the 3rd with the Ducks still on top of Bridgeport, 2-0.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Brian Sabatella, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Baseball fans, the Long Island Ducks mobile app has officially arrived. Powered by Clear Vision Apps, it's your one-stop shop for all things Ducks baseball. Buy tickets straight from your mobile device. Receive game status updates with push notifications. Check out up-to-the-minute news and scores and interact with the Ducks on social media. Best of all, it's free. Download the Ducks mobile app today by visiting the App Store on your Apple-powered device or Google Play on your Android-powered device. The Long Island Ducks mobile app, with you wherever you flock to. Well, Ducks fans, when John Alonso grounded a short to end the top half of the third inning, that was the 15th out in tonight's ball game. Did you know that a 15-minute phone call to Geico could save you 15% or more on your car insurance? Get a free quote today. Call 1-800-947-AUTO, 1-800-947-AUTO, or visit geico.com. So the Ducks maintain their 2-0 lead as Billy Buckner gets a pair of groundouts with runners at second and third and only one out. And now we'll see if the Ducks can give their starter a little bit more breathing room. It'll be Delta Cleary Jr., Lou Ford, and Randy Ruiz coming up to the plate for Long Island. Here's Cleary Jr. to bat from the left side. He singled in his first trip to the plate off of Cameron Lowe. And the first pitch on the way is taken in for a called strike, and the count 0-1. Cleary Jr. last night went 0 for 4 at the plate. Struggled a little bit. He got 3 hits in the first game against Sugar Land, but has gone hitless since before tonight's game. Now the 0-1. Misses low and outside. That'll leave in the count at 1-1. He had a 16-game on-base streak going as well up until the second game of Wednesday's doubleheader after the rainout on Tuesday. And I shouldn't even say the rainout, after the postponed game on Tuesday. The 1-1. Swing and a miss, cut through a pitch over the outside corner. You count 1-2. Game on Tuesday was postponed because Sugar Land could not leave Texas until later that night. They were dealing with Tropical Storm Bill, which was wreaking havoc on the state of Texas. So Tuesday's game ended up moving to a doubleheader on Wednesday. And here Cleary Jr. takes low and inside. He was caught him down on the foot. The count 2-2. Ducks with 4 hits in the game, 2 singles from Corona and Cleary Jr., a single from Redmond as well, and the 2-run double by Randy Ruiz. That is the difference in the game. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and Cleary Jr. grounds one weakly here past the mound towards the third base side, trying to make the barehanded play. Wessinger couldn't come up with it, and it's going to be a base hit for Delta Cleary Jr. So he found the right spot, got it past the mound, pushed it towards third, and it was a do-or-die play for Wessinger, trying to make the barehanded pickup and throw all in one motion. But Cleary Jr. has the infield single, and that'll bring up the center fielder, Lou Ford. So here's Lou Ford to bat from the right side, the number 3 hitter and center fielder who grinded out to third base in his first at-bat back in the opening inning. Runner goes, first pitch low and outside, scooped on the backhand by Morales, and his throw air-mailed into center field. Cleary Jr. cannot go, though. Nice job by the second baseman, Louis Rodriguez, to kind of sell it. And so no error for job to one Morales despite the terrible throw to second. It's a stolen base for Delta Cleary Jr., his 12th of the year. He is quickly inching closer and closer to Brian Sabatella, who has the league lead right now with 15 stolen bases. So Cleary Jr. is now at 12, and that is tied with Denny Almonte of Sugar Land for third in the league. Here's the 1-0 from Lowe, and Ford takes a fastball in at the knees for a called strike. The count even up at 1-1. So the runner's very active here in the early going. Bridgeport with 3 steals against Jose Morales, and now the Ducks with a steal against 2 steals against Job to one Morales. No relation between the two. Now the 1-1. Ford swings, lines this one down the right field line. Long run for Wellington Dotel. He won't get it. It drops in for a base hit. Cleary Jr. will go to third. He'll get the stop sign from Baez. A great throw and a home plate by Wellington Dotel. So Ford goes the opposite way for his first hit of the night. That will extend his hitting streak now So 13 consecutive games, tied with Brian Sabatella for the longest by a Duck this year.
Designated hitter number 50, Randy Ruiz.
And again, Randy Ruiz comes up to the plate with a chance to drive in some runs. He had the 2-run double his first time up. And now he's got runners at first and third with nobody out here in inning number 3. Chance for the Ducks to extend their lead here against Cameron Lowe and the Bluefish. Right-hander's first pitch on the way, and Ruiz takes a fastball low and outside for ball number 1. Ruiz last night had a fairly quiet night. He was 0 for 3 with a walk and a run scored. Cleary Jr. leads at third, Ford at first. Both have good speed. 1-0, and Ruiz lays off the breaking ball. It misses low and outside, and the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Lowe so far has thrown 42 pitches, 27 of them for strikes. He's gotten into a jam again here in the third, with the first 2 reaching. 2-0 on the way, and Ruiz swings, chops one over the mound toward short, charging in his Burns. He will field. His only play is to first in time for the out. Cleary Jr. comes home to score from third. It's an RBI ground out for Randy Ruiz, and the Ducks lead it 3-0. So Ruiz doesn't get the hit, but he gets the job done by bringing home Cleary Jr. from third base. 11th RBI for Randy Ruiz. And he has now driven in all 3 runs in the ball game for Long Island. So now runner at second with 1 out, and that'll bring up the 5-hitter and first baseman John Griffin. Griffin will bat from the right side, the first pitch on the way, and he'll swing and chop one weakly up the third base line. It is rolling fair right now, but they say that the ball hit either off his foot or went into foul territory, and so the count is 0-1 on Griffin, who grounded out to second in his first at bat. Righty-righty matchup here is Griffin, who went 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts last night, trying to bounce back here tonight. The 0-1, he swings and it's a hard ground ball, but right at short. Burns is there, looks to runner back, his throw to first in time. So Griffin retired for the second time tonight. And with 2 away, that'll leave it up to Cody Puckett.
Third baseman, number 2, Cody Puckett, number 2.
So up to the plate steps Puckett with Lou Ford still at second base, and now 2 men out. 1 run already in this inning for the Ducks, who now lead by 3. First pitch on the way to Puckett, and he'll swing and hit a ground ball to third. Off the glove of Wessinger, who bobbled initially, but recovers and throws to first in time for the out. And on 3 straight groundouts, the inning is over. However, the Ducks do get a run. On 2 hits, no errors, they leave 1 on base. 3 in the books, and it's 3-0 Ducks over the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Mickey Janis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Few places on Earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. back here at Bethpage Ballpark in Central Islip, New York. It is the Long Island Ducks and the Bridgeport Bluefish as we go to inning number 4. And for the Bluefish, it will be Jobduan Morales leading things off. It's also time for our 4th inning trivia, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole.
For the Bluefish, catcher number 17, Jobduan Morales, number 17.
So Jobduan Morales is going to lead things off. We'll give you the trivia question after the first pitch coming up from Billy Buckner. It's on the way, and Morales takes a fastball on the outside corner for strike 1. Well, Cameron Lowe, the starter for the Bridgeport Bluefish, made his major league debut in relief on September 26, 2004 in a 9-0 loss to the Seattle Mariners. This one is taken low for ball 1. He was a member of the Texas Rangers at the time. The game came at the ballpark at Arlington. He came in relief through 2 2/3 scoreless innings, gave up just a hit and struck out 2. Pitch taken low for a ball, the count 2-1. The question, which former Long Island Ducks pitcher was the starter in that game for the Texas Rangers and ended up suffering the loss? We will let you think about it. We'll give you the answer afterwards. And the bottom half of this inning, as Morales fouls one back and out of play, and the count goes to 2-2. So which former Ducks pitcher took the loss in Cameron Lowe's major league debut on September the 26th, 2004? We will give you a hint. This pitcher was a member of the Ducks in 2010. 2-2 is a check swing and a ball diving down in the dirt. They will appeal, and no swing, says third base umpire Richard Katz. It was a half swing. Looked like it could have gone either way, but they say Morales did not go around. So the count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. Morales a ground out to first in his first at bat of the game after last night going 1 for 4. Here's the pitch, and he swings and lifts this one in the air to left. Fairly well hit. Cleary Jr. going back to the warning track. At the wall, he jumps up, and you can forget it. An opposite field solo home run to left for Jobduan Morales, his first of the season. And Bridgeport is on the scoreboard. They close to within 3-1. That ball just kept carrying and carrying and carrying. Didn't think it was going to leave the yard off the bat, but Jobduan Morales goes the opposite way off of Billy Buckner for his first home run as a Bluefish, his 5th RBI. And Bridgeport finally on the scoreboard here against the Ducks right-hander. It's a 3-1 game. So here's the DH Andres Rodriguez, who bats in the number 6 spot. The first pitch is lifted in the air, foul behind the plate, out of play. And the count goes to 0-1. We'll get you some out-of-town score updates as well. One game is already final, and that is in Camden, New Jersey, where the River Sharks fall 4-2. As this one is fouled off to the third base side of the screen, the count 0-2. It was the River Sharks falling 4-2 to the Southern Maryland Blue Crabs. Darrell Thompson, who is back with Southern Maryland, got the win in and improved to 1-0. The loser was Eric Smith, who fell to 0-5, and Eric Hamren picked up his 13th save of the year. Here's the 0-2. Check swing and a ball down in the dirt. He did not go around. Buckner wants an appeal, and Tom Major says he did not go, so the count 1-2. Only 1 RBI in the game despite 4 runs for Southern Maryland, and that came off the bat of Gustavo Molina, his 30th of the year. 2 other games are going on right now, and again, the Ducks not with good news in Somerset. The 1-2, and Rodriguez a chopper foul at the plate. Somerset Patriots with a 2-0 lead over the Sugarland Skeeters, bottom of the 4th inning at TD Bank Ballpark. Starter for the Patriots is Brett Brack, and the starter for the Skeeters is Shane Lukes. Brack making a spot start as this pitch misses low and outside. It's now 2-2 on Andres Rodriguez, who struck out his first time up. Patriots with RBI so far from Johnny Tucker and Michael Burgess. 2-2 on the way, and again, Rodriguez lays off the breaking ball from Buckner low and outside, and the count full. In Lancaster, Pennsylvania, it is the Revolution 3 and the Barnstormers 2. They're in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Pitch on the way. Rodriguez takes it, misses inside. So Billy Buckner gets ahead 0-2 on Andres Rodriguez, and ends up allowing the walk, his third of the ball game. So after the Ducks give him a 3-0 lead, Buckner has allowed a homer and a walk, and the Bluefish bring the tying run to the plate here in James Simmons.
James Simmons, number 7.
And Lancaster Revolution so far with an RBI from a newcomer, that is Jacob Calderon. He has the only RBI so far for York. Kevin Rivers, a 2-run home run, has driven in a 2-run so far for Lancaster. First pitch misses inside, ball 1 to James Simmons, who grounded out to third in his first trip to the plate. And the 1-0. Ground ball, left side, past the diving try of Cody Puckett. It's a base hit. So James Simmons with a single, and now 3 straight have reached against Billy Buckner here in the fourth. A homer, a walk, and a single. And the Bluefish with runners at first and second, still nobody out. And that's going to bring up Matt Burns. No visit to the mound yet from either Kevin Baez or Marty Jansen, but Buckner seems to be frustrated and a little bit laboring here. Cody Puckett now having a few words with Buckner on the third base side of the mound. So first and second, nobody out. Buckner in need of a ground ball here. Try and get some outs in this inning. Here's Burns, who popped to left his first time up. Squares to bunt, and the first pitch is bunted up the third baseline foul. Fielded on the backhand by Cody Puckett, the count 0-1. Yankees on Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium have a 3-0 lead over the Detroit Tigers, top half of the third inning. Didi Gregorius has homered again. It's his 4th home run of the season. Alex Rodriguez has driven in 2 more runs. Nathan Eovaldi, the starter for the Yankees. Alfredo Simon going for the Tigers. 0-1 pitch coming from Buckner. Gets the sign. Kicks and fires. Burns squares to bunt. Pops it up towards third. Cody Puckett races in and makes the sliding catch. Nice grab by Cody Puckett as he keeps the runners at first and second and is able to make the sliding grab. Puckett has looked great at third tonight. So Burns unable to get the sacrifice down. Pops to third on the bunt attempt. That is the first out of the inning. And that'll bring up the third baseman, Matt Wessinger. As for the New York Mets, they are tied with the Braves at 2 through 3 innings down in Atlanta. Noah Syndergaard, the starter for the Mets. William Perez, the starter for the Braves. Travis d'Arnaud has driven in the 2 runs so far for New York. Swing and a miss here by Wessinger as he chases a breaking ball over the outside corner for strike 1. Now Buckner really wants a ground ball to try and turn 2 and get out of the inning with the score still 3-1. We'd love a double play at this point. Here's the 0-1. Wessinger lines one to the right side and through, a base hit. Redmond up with the baseball, stomping at third base even though Redmond juggled it. Stomping at third base is Rodriguez. Third hit of the inning for the Bluefish as Wessinger goes the opposite way. And now it's bases loaded with 1 out and back to the top of the order for Ethan Chapman.
Number 2.
Buckner had gotten into some trouble in both the first and the third innings, but was able to get out of the jams both of those times. However, in this inning, the Bluefish seem to be making much better contact against them. The opposite field home run by Morales, and now a walk, a single, and after the bunt pop out, another single. So it's bases loaded, 1 out with the Ducks trying to protect the 3-1 lead. Here's the first pitch to Chapman, and he'll take on the outside corner for a called strike. Chapman struck out swinging in the first inning and then laid down a bunt single in the third, stole second, stole third, but was stranded there. And here he swings, pops one foul behind the plate, and that's out of play. And Chapman now in an 0-2 hole. The runner at third base, Andres Rodriguez. The runner at second, James Simmons. And the runner at first, Matt Wessinger. 1 out, and the Ducks lead is 2. Here comes the 0-2 pitch on the way, and it is swung on and missed for strike 3. Chased the breaking ball down and away. And both the third base umpire, Richard Katz, and the home plate umpire, Warren Nicholson, both confirming that it was indeed a catch by Morales on the swing and foul tip rather than a ball down in the dirt. So for Buckner, that is his third strikeout of the game. A big second out of the inning. And now all that is separating Buckner from getting out of another jam tonight is Luis Antonio Rodriguez, who is 1 for 1 on the night, a double in the first and a walk in the third. First pitch on the way from the right-hander, and Rodriguez takes the curveball low. And the count goes to 1-0. Again, there is nowhere to put Rodriguez here with runners at every base for Bridgeport. Bluefish now have 5 hits in the game, the Ducks with 6. And here comes the 1-0. Buckner looks to second. Kicks and fires to the plate, and this one is hit well in the air to right field. Redmond going back to the warning track at the wall. He jumps up, and it's off his glove. In to score is Andres Rodriguez. In to score is James Simmons. Around third, coming home. The throw is in time. And they get Matt Wessinger out at the plate. So the Bluefish end up scoring 2 on the double to right, but they cannot take the lead.
Long Island Ducks fans, right now I am here behind home.
So Prentice Redmond nearly robbing a grand slam off the bat of Rodriguez and almost made a terrific catch. It ends up being a double that scores 2. And then put out at home plate on the play is Rodriguez, and the put out goes 9-4-2 for the final out of the inning. So in the inning, the Bluefish end up getting 3 runs on 4 hits. No errors, they leave 1, and after 3.5, we are now all tied at 3 apiece.
Hey fans, this is Jose Morales, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Well, the Bridgeport Bluefish with 3 runs in the top of the 4th inning after the Ducks give Billy Buckner a 3-0 lead, and the Bluefish have come back to tie the game. But it could have been worse if not for a great play by Prentice Redmond, who leapt up at the wall and might have robbed a grand slam off the bat of Luis Rodriguez. It was close, but he jumped up and at the top of the wall, the ball went in and out of his glove. Almost made a great catch that would have kept the Ducks in front 3-1, but the ball fell out of his glove. 2 runs scored on the double. But Matt Wessinger thrown out at home plate as Morales takes on the outside corner for strike 1. The putout was 9-4-2 on the play, and that kept the game tied at 3. So a great play by Redmond to keep the ball on the field, and by Corona on the relay to home plate where Morales applied the tag. And now the 0-1 on the way to Morales is low and outside for ball 1. But obviously a tough inning for Billy Buckner after getting a 3-0 lead. He allows 3 runs immediately to the Bluefish. Now we have a brand new ball game as Morales leads off. Popped to shallow center in his first at bat. And now the 1-1. Swinging a line drive in the air to left. Fairly well hit. Going back is Ethan Chapman to the warning track at the wall, and you can't forget it. An opposite field solo home run for Jose Morales. His first of the year. And both catchers have now gone the opposite way for long balls tonight. The Ducks get the lead right back. They are in front 4-3. Morales with high fives to Apprentice Redmond and Dan Lyons, and now the entire Ducks dugout over to congratulate him. And the lefty hitters going the opposite way here tonight. Job to one Morales, the catcher for the Bluefish, leading off in the top half of the fourth inning, goes the opposite way for his first home run of the year. And now Jose Morales, his counterpart behind the plate, does the exact same thing. Unbelievable. So the first home run of the year for Morales is 9th RBI, and the Ducks, just like that, take the lead back from the Bluefish. On the 1-0, that is taken on the outside corner for a called strike. And the count 1-1 on Redmond, who singled up the middle in his first time up, and as we just mentioned, made an outstanding play in right to prevent what could have possibly been a grand slam off the bat of Luis Rodriguez. Here's the 1-1, and Redmond takes a strike on the inside corner on a fastball. The count 1-2. By the way, it's also time for us to give you the answer to today's trivia question, where we test your knowledge of the Long Island Ducks, the Atlantic League, and baseball as a whole. 1-2 on the way from Lowe, and Redmond will swing and hit a ground ball towards the right side. Rodriguez cannot get it. It's in a right field, a base hit. And back-to-back multi-hit games for Prentice Redmond, as he has now picked up 2 hits in each of the 2 games here against his former team. Now 8 hits for the Ducks tonight. Well, the question again, Cameron Lowe, tonight's starter for the Bridgeport Bluefish, made his Major League debut on September 26th, 2004 at the ballpark in Arlington as a member of the Texas Rangers in a 9-0 loss to the Seattle Mariners. He threw 2 2/3 scoreless innings of relief and came in relief for a certain Ducks pitcher, former Ducks pitcher, who went on to eventually play with the Ducks in 2010. And that pitcher got the loss in that game. We wanted to know who it was, as Dan Lyons chops the first pitch foul for strike 1. The answer, Ryan Drees. It was Ryan Drees who was the starter in that game for the Texas Rangers. He ended up making 4 appearances and 2 starts for the Ducks in 2010 and was 1-1 with a 1.59 ERA before getting signed by the Orioles organization and going to AAA Norfolk, and that would be where his career would end. Line drive in a right center, a base hit for Dan Lyons. His first hit of the game. Redmond will stop at second as Simmons will fire it back in. So now the Ducks coming alive offensively with 3 straight hits to open up the inning against the right-hander Cameron Lowe. And now Ricky Van Asselberg has come out of the dugout, and he's going to get the temperature of his right-hander. So a home run, a single to right, and a single to center for the Ducks, and they now have runners at first and second with nobody out after getting the lead back at 4-3. At this point, Cameron Lowe has thrown a total of 55 pitches, 38 for strikes. So Van Asselberg has a few words with the entire infield, gives a pat on the chest of Cameron Lowe, and we'll head back to the dugout. Again, Lowe has not pitched yet during the regular season this year for any team, so might not be able to go very deep into the ball game. But either way, the Ducks, with a home run from Morales, singles by Redmond and Lyons, have 2 on, nobody out, and looking to get their 3-run lead back. They've already gotten the lead back with the home run by Morales. And now the first pitch on the way from Loda Corona. He squares to bunt and bunts it up the third base line. It rolls foul. And it's touched in foul territory by Wessinger, and the count 0-1. Corona 1 for 2 on the night so far. He had a single in the first, stole second, and ended up scoring. And then in the second inning, struck out swinging to end the threat. Redmond leads at second, Lyons at first. Lyons with the better speed of the two. Corona squares to bunt again. And the 0-1. Bunted up the third base line. A beautiful bunt. Low off the mound, Fields on the bare hand. His throw to first. Not in time, and it goes down the right field line. Redmond will score. Lyons goes to third, and in at second is Corona. And the Ducks lead is 5-3. So it's going to be a bunt single for Ricci Corona. Looked like he was going to beat it out anyway. It was a tough play for Cameron Lowe. And then both Lyons and Corona advanced to third and second respectively on the error by Cameron Lowe, his first of the year. So Corona bunting for a hit there and was able to get it down. He would have been okay with the sacrifice, but was able to bunt for a hit. And then all the runners moving up on the error. I said the runner's moving to second and third, but the runner at third, Redmond, was able to score as well on the error. So it's now a 5-3 game. And here Delta Cleary Jr. swings and misses. And that is strike number 1 on Cleary Jr. So that's the second hit of the game for Ricci Corona. And now at the plate is Delta Cleary Jr., who was 2 for 2 with a pair of runs scored in this game. Lowe comes set at the belt. And the 0-1 to Cleary Jr. Breaking ball, missed low and inside. Cleary Jr. thought about chasing. He did not. And the count even up at 1-1. So it is now Lyons at third and Corona at second with nobody out. Great speed on the bases for the Ducks. Here's the 1-1, and Cleary Jr. swings, rockets one in the air to center field. Going back is Simmons. He is there. He'll make the catch. Tagging and coming home is Dan Lyons as the throw goes into third. It's a sac fly and an RBI for Delta Cleary Jr. And in the blink of an eye, the Ducks have their 3-run lead back. It is 6-3 Long Island. So Cleary Jr. with a sac fly and the RBI. It is his third sac fly, his 13th RBI of the year. Corona stays put at second on the plate, and the Ducks lead is 6-3.
Number 20.
So here is Lou Ford to the plate. Ford will bat from the right side. Cameron Lowe comes set on the mound as Corona leads at second. And the first pitch to Ford is taken inside for ball 1. So Morales' home run obviously is an earned run. Prentice Redmond's run right now is an earned run. He would have scored anyway on that sac fly to center by Delta Cleary Jr. Dan Lyons' run, though, is still to be determined. As he right now would probably be on second, maybe on third, as Ford takes low and outside, and the count goes to 2-0. He would have gone to second on the bunt single, had no error been made, and then on the sac fly to center, he might have still been at second or possibly at third. So that run still to be determined for Redmond, whether or not it would be earned or unearned. For Lyons, excuse me. Here's the 2-0. Ford takes inside again under the hands. It's now ball 3. That inside corner has not been called very much by Warren Nicholson tonight, although Lowe seems to be missing it. Lowe now up to 63 pitches in the ball game as we play with 1 out in the bottom of the 4th inning. And the 3-0, Ford taking all the way, and it misses Lowe for ball 4. So there is the first walk of the game issued by Cameron Lowe. It's a Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. And with that free pass, that is going to spell the end of the night for Cameron Lowe as Ricky Van Asselberg has come out of the dugout, and he is going to take the baseball from his right-hander. So in his Bluefish debut, Cameron Lowe, with a tough start tonight, he has allowed 6 runs to this point in just 3 1/3 innings, and Bridgeport will have to go to their bullpen here in the bottom of the 4th, with the Ducks out in front right now by a count of 6-3.
Hey fans, this is Marty Jansen, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
North Shore LIJ, Southside Hospital in Bayshore, is the healthcare heart of our community. We provide outstanding health care right here at home with centers of excellence in cardiology, orthopedics, neurosciences, women's health services, and much more. Experience counts, and North Shore LIJ Southside Hospital has been around for nearly a century of care. For more information, please call 631-968-3000 or visit us on the web at www.nslij.com.
The results are in. Thousands of PSEG Long Island customers participated in our energy efficiency programs, saving nearly $35 million. Being energy efficient helps our environment too. Together, we've eliminated 21,000 cars worth of emissions in 2014. Thank you, Long Island. We're all making a difference. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/efficiency.
Well, a tough night for Cameron Lowe in his first start as a member of the Bridgeport Bluefish. He has allowed 6 runs on 10 hits to this point. As of this moment, 5 of the runs earned. Has walked 1 and has struck out 2, but his night is over as the right-hander Chad Povich has now come in to pitch for the Bridgeport Bluefish. Povich stands in at 6 foot, 201 pounds out of Commerce City, Colorado. Last pitch with Laredo in the Independent American Association has reached as high as AA in his career. And he will come in to face Randy Ruiz, the designated hitter and cleanup man for the Ducks, who has already driven in 3 of the 6 runs for Long Island tonight. So the Ducks, after losing their 3-0 lead, immediately respond with 3 in the bottom of the 4th to take a 6-3 advantage. And the first pitch from Povich to Ruiz is a breaking ball that drops in for strike 1. Ruiz, a 2-run double to right center in the first inning, then an RBI ground out to short in the 3rd inning. 0-1. Check swinging the ball down and away. It got away from the catcher. And the runners are going to move up. On the wild pitch from Povich, as the ball came down and away. Corona is able to make his way to third base. And moving down to second is Lou Ford. For Povich, that is his first wild pitch of the year. Count now 1-1 on Ruiz, who now has 11 RBIs on the season. Povich comes set, the infield drawn in all the way around. The 1-1, and Ruiz slams one foul back to the screen behind home plate. And the count goes to 1-2. From the stretch is Povich. He looks to second, and now the 1-2 pitch is swung on and fouled again back to the screen. Another good cut. And goes right back to the screen behind home plate off the bat of Ruiz. He is just missing here. So here comes a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch from Povich. Wind has picked up here. It is blowing hard in from right field. Now the 1-2 to Ruiz. Down and away, was able to lay off. Runners have to stay put. The ball was blocked at the plate by Jobdoin Morales. And the count, 2 balls and 2 strikes. Long Island looking for their largest lead of the game. So far, their largest lead has been 3. They have had a 3-run lead twice. 2-2 to Ruiz, and the fastball is a check swing on a ball diving down and away. Morales wants an appeal. He will not get it. And the count now full of 3 balls and 2 strikes. John Griffin waiting in the on-deck circle for the Ducks. Three-2 to Ruiz, and the fastball is low for ball 4. So back-to-back walks for the Ducks. Ford against Lowe, and then Ruiz against Povich. It's another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. And Long Island now with the bases loaded and one man out. And here is John Griffin, who is looking for his first hit of the series. The Ducks lead 6-3. Griffin has grounded out twice thus far. First pitch on the way, and Griffin takes a fastball in at the knees for a called strike. Griffin last night was 0 for 4 with 3 strikeouts, and again 0 for 2 tonight. and has grounded out to second and a short. Runner at third, Corona. The runner at second, Ford. The runner at first, Ruiz. Here's the 0-1. And Griffin swings, grounds one to the left side and through. A base hit. In to score, Corona. Ford is going to stop at third as the throw comes in from Chapman. An RBI single for John Griffin. And it is now 7-3 Long Island. So Griffin gets his first hit of the series and picks up his 37th one batted in of the year.
Long Island third baseman number 2, Cody Puckett.
Corona scores for the second time tonight. And moving to third on the plate is Ford. Ruiz goes to second. That hit makes the run by Lyons earned. First pitch on the way to Cody Puckett, and he'll take the breaking ball low and outside. And the count goes to 1-0. In fact, by my calculation, any runs that end up scoring from this point out will be earned. Puckett, the ninth man to bat in the inning for the Ducks, who have now batted around. The 1-0. Puckett pops one foul. First base side out of play, and the count evens up. Every Duck tonight has picked up a hit in this ball game, with the exception of the man at the plate right now. Ducks with 11 hits in the ball game, and Puckett is 0 for 2 with a strikeout, looking at a ground out to third. Ducks would love a hit right here. The 1-1, and Puckett swings, pops it foul, first base side again. Out of play and up onto the roof. Fans waiting to see if it'll come back down. It does not appear like it will. Nope, there it is. Does bounce back down and into section 106 behind the Ducks dugout. So the count of ball and 2 strikes on Cody Puckett. Ford at third, Ruiz at second, Griffin at first. And the 1-2 from Povich. Breaking ball missed low and outside, even the count at 2-2. The runner at third is the responsibility of Lowe. That's the final runner that is Lowe's responsibility. And the other 2, Ruiz at second and Griffin at first, are the responsibility of Chad Povich. We'll get you his numbers as soon as possible this season. Here's the 2-2, and Puckett takes the fastball up high for ball 3. Povich has appeared in 4 games thus far, no record, a 4.91 ERA. He's allowed 2 runs on 5 hits in 3 2/3 innings, 1 walk and 5 strikeouts. So far has allowed a walk and an RBI single since taking over for Cameron Lowe. 3-2, and Puckett takes the breaking ball in for a called strike 3. Puckett thought that he had ball 4 for a second time tonight. And a late strike call from Warren Nicholson. So that is the first strikeout for Povich, the second out of the inning. And that will bring up Jose Morales for the second time in this frame. He got the run scoring started with an opposite field solo home run off of Lowe. 4-run fourth for the Ducks has broken a 3-3 tie and given them a 7-3 advantage. And the Ducks looking for more with the bases loaded and 2 away. And now Morales asks for time as Povich is taking a while on the mound. Now Povich is ready to go. And his first pitch on the way, Morales takes a fastball over the inside corner for strike 1. Last time that Povich pitched was on Tuesday the 16th in Bridgewater, New Jersey, through an inning. Gave up 2 hits and 1 run, walked 1 and struck out 1. Former draft pick by the Red Sox in the 42nd round of the 2007 amateur draft. 0-1 on the way to Morales, and he'll swing and line it foul, third base side into the crowd. And the count now 0-2 on the Ducks catcher. Ducks out hitting the Bluefish 11-6. They lead by 4 on the scoreboard. But Jose Morales in an 0-2 hole against Chad Povich, who is trying to avoid any further trouble here in this 4th inning. 0-2 on the way, and Morales swings and taps one weakly here foul to the third base side of home plate. Runners will retreat to their respective bases. We'll do it once again at 0-2. again, everybody with a hit except for Cody Puckett tonight, who has thought he has had 2 walks in this game, but both times was called out on strikes. Redmond, Corona, and Cleary Jr. each have 2 hits in the game. Ruiz has driven in 3. Povich gets the sign from Jobduan Morales, and the 0-2 to Jose Morales is a check swing foul ball at the plate. Morales tried to lay off the pitch that came up and inside, but it caught the knob of the bat. So we'll do it once again at 0-2. Morales will dig back into the batter's box as Povich looks in for the sign. Another long look in here for the righty reliever, and now he is set. And the pitch on the way. A fastball missed up and outside for a ball. And the count goes to 1-2 now on Morales. Next pitch will be the 6th of this at bat.
You send this to
And
me?
again, waiting to give the final line to you. Until we see what happens with Lou Ford. That's the final batter. That's the responsibility of Lowe, as the fastball is taken low and inside for a ball to Jose Morales. And the count even at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Very nice crowd on hand here. He was excited to see fireworks after this game, but having to wait through. This game has been a very slow-moving one here. A lot of offense, 10 runs, 17 hits combined in the first 4 innings. Plus the rain delay at the start. Here's the 2-2. Morales swings, lifts this one in the air, foul, third base side. Wessinger races to the stands, but this will be out of play on the lower concourse. And we'll do it once again with the count of 2-2. Morales was 2 for 4 last night with a run scored. We mentioned he has now hit safely in each of his last 6 games. And the Ducks in a spot right now where they've got 2 catchers who are really hitting the ball well. Mike Blank has caught fire. His average is up to .319 on the year. I think he has reached base safely in all but maybe 1 game since he's come back from the Red Sox organization. 2-2 line to the left center. Base hit for Jose Morales. It's going to split the outfielders and head to the wall. Ford scores. Ruiz scores. Griffin will round third and come home to score. It's a bases clearing 3-run double for Jose Morales. 7 runs in the 4th for the Ducks. They lead it 10-3. Make it 4 RBIs in the game for Jose Morales on the 8th pitch of the at-bat against Chad Povich. Bullets one into the left center field corner to drive in 3 more runs. And it is now a 10-3 contest in favor of the Ducks, their largest lead of the night. Double number 4 on the year for Morales. He has now driven in 12 runs this season. This pitch taken low and outside for ball 1 by Prentice Redmond, who was the 11th man to hit in this inning for the Ducks. Redmond has 2 hits and 2 at-bats and a run scored already. And here he hits a high drive in the air down the left field line. Heading back towards the pole is the left fielder Chapman. This one will hook foul, though. And the count even at 1-1. Good swing of the bat there by Prentice Redmond, but a little bit out in front of it. So that now ends the line for Cameron Lowe, and 2 of the runs that scored on the double are the responsibility of Povich. And here Redmond fouls one off first base side out of play. And the count now goes to 1-2. So for Lowe, 3 1/3 innings, 10 hits, 8 runs, all of which were earned, 1 walk and 2 strikeouts. Gave up the 1 home run to Morales that started this inning, 64 pitches, 42 for strikes. The 1-2, and Redmond takes low and away. Good block by Jobduan Morales. It keeps Morales at second. Keeps Jose Morales at second, that is. The count 2-2 on Redmond. Ducks looking to even up the Ferry Cup series this year. They had trailed at 1.6-1. They have won 4 games in a row since and now lead 10-3 here tonight. Ducks are 7-0 this year when they score 10 or more runs. And the 2-2 on the way to Redmond is swung on and lifted in the air to right. Wellington Dotel is there. He will make the catch. And that will put an end to the inning. Well, what an inning it was for the Long Island Ducks, who get a hand from the faithful flock here tonight. They put 7 runs on the board on 6 hits, 1 error, and 1 man left on base. And through 4 innings here at Bethpage Ballpark, the Ducks now have a commanding 10-3 lead over the Bridgeport Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is Sergio Perez, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on the Long Island home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. Back here at the Duck Pond, we go to the 5th inning. It's the Ducks 10 and the Bluefish 3, thanks to Long Island's 7-run 4th inning. And Ducks fans, don't forget to stop by the Waddle Lynch Shop on your next visit to the Duck Pond, where exclusive, hard-to-find Ducks memorabilia is now on sale. Proceeds benefit the Quacker Jack Foundation, the charitable arm of the Ducks. 5 seconds station identification here on LI News Radio. Wellington Dotel will lead things off for the Bluefish here in the top of the 5th. Michael Pollock, thank you for joining me on your Saturday night here at Bethpage Ballpark. And the first pitch is taken for a called strike, and the count 0-1. Ducks 10 runs on 12 hits so far, no errors. The Bluefish with 3 runs on 6 hits and an error. Long Island looking for their 8th win in a row and their 18th win in 19 games during the month of June. First pitch on the way from Buckner, and Dotel rips one down the left field line foul. Almost hit the third base umpire Richard Katz. And the count is 0-1 on Dotel. Check that, 0-2, my mistake on Dotel. Righty-righty matchup to start things off. Dotel has grounded out twice. And the 0-2 fouled off to the screen on the first base side of home plate. That keeps the count at 0-2 on Dotel, who grounded to third in the opening inning, with a runner at second and 1 out. And then with 2 on, runners at second and third with nobody out, or 1 out, in the third, as he lines one to third, caught by Cody Puckett. Diving play to his right for the first out of the 5th, and Cody Puckett continues to flash the leather tonight. That is the fourth great play, that he has made in this game so far. That's the first out. And Dotel, as we mentioned, had runners at second and third, 1 out, grounded back to the mound against Buckner in his scoreless third inning. So the one away here is John Alonso to the plate, first baseman batting from the right side, who is 0 for 1 with a walk. And the first pitch from Buckner is a fastball strike, count 0-1. Alonso in his 11th season of professional baseball, first with the Bluefish. And the 0-1, that's low and inside for ball 1. This is not the first time that he's played under Ricky Van Asselberg. With Grand Prairie in the American Association, Alonso was a member of that team in 2011 and 2012, while Van Asselberg was the manager. 1-1, that fastball misses low. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Mentioned earlier, Alonso was 2 for 4 last night. 2-1, Swings and rips one to third. This one goes foul, just to the left of the chalk as we view it behind home plate. And the count even up at 2 balls and 2 strikes. Delta Cleary Jr. grabbed the baseball over by the left field bullpen and flipped it up to the Bluefish relievers. Here's the 2-2, and Alonso swings and grounds it foul to the Bluefish dugout on the third base side. So he's battling here with Billy Buckner, and the count remains 2-2. Pitch on the way, breaking ball just missed the outside corner. So that'll run the count full at 3-2 on Alonso. Buckner has already walked 3 in this game and make it 4 as he misses up and inside. 4-4. So that's a season high in walks for Billy Buckner as he allows the free pass to John Alonso. With a 10-3 lead, Kevin Byes would like to have to avoid going to his bullpen early in the game. But clearly Billy Buckner does not have his best stuff tonight. And now that you're up by 7 runs, you absolutely do not want to lose this lead. And then Kevin Byes hoping he can at least give him 5 innings here tonight. He's got 1 out and 1 on. Here's Jobduan Morales, who homered his last time up. And the first pitch is a fastball that missed up and inside for ball 1. Buckner now at 82 pitches in the ball game. Neither starter with their best stuff tonight. It'll be a 1-0 pitch from the right-hander. Kicks and fires, and Morales takes the fastball outside. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. Morales to ground out to first in his first at bat, but then Jomduen Morales went the opposite way for a home run over the left field wall to lead off the 4th. And then his counterpart behind the plate, Jose Morales, in the bottom of the inning said, anything you can do, I can do at least the same. And he homered the opposite way to left to lead off the inning, 2-0. That fastball just missed low and outside. Buckner thought he clearly had a strike there. Did not get the call from Warren Nicholson, and Buckner, after not getting the call, kind of just quickly spun away and looked towards center field as if to say, are you kidding me? But it's now 3-0 on Jobduan Morales, and Buckner in danger of walking the first 2 hitters after the lineout by Dotel. Comes set and the 3-0. And Morales takes on the outside corner for a called strike. And the count goes to 3-1. Andres Rodriguez waits in the on-deck circle for Bridgeport. 3-1 pitch, and that missed outside for ball 4. So that's now 5 walks for Billy Buckner, and that's going to bring Marty Jansen out of the dugout to try and calm down his right-hander. No question it is frustrating if you're trying and hitting a spot and you don't get the calls. But you cannot let that affect you at this point of a ball game. You're up by 7 runs. You have some breathing room, but you want to get outs and you want to avoid having to use your bullpen for so many innings with a 7-run lead. But Buckner seems to be frustrated on the mound. He has had trouble locating throughout the course of the night. And aside from a 1-2-3 inning in the second, Bridgeport has basically had runners on throughout the course of the game. And now Andres Rodriguez, who walked his last time up, will come up to bat with 2 on and 1 out.
Value for the Bluefish, designated hitter number 32, Andres Rodriguez, number 32.
So here is Andres Rodriguez to bat from the right side, with the Bluefish having Alonso at second, Morales at first, and 1 away here in the 5th. Buckner looks to second, and his first pitch is ripped to the left side and through a base hit. Cleary Jr. will pick up the ball and fire it back in. The runners will stop, and it's a single for Andres Rodriguez that has loaded up the bases with only 1 out, and that will bring up James Simmons.
Center fielder number 7, James Simmons, number 7.
Well, you know when your offense gives you 10 runs of support, you want to get the win and at least complete 5 innings. But Buckner really having trouble here in this 5th inning after getting the line drive that is caught by Cody Puckett. Here is Simmons, who singled his last time up, and he takes a big curveball that drops in for strike 1. Haven't really seen Buckner throwing that curveball too much in this game, but a nicely thrown ball there. Simmons grounded to third back in the second inning. And now the 0-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. He chased down and away. And the count 0-2. Obviously, you have the runner at third, so you don't want to risk a wild pitch, but not a bad idea to throw that curveball down and away. Simmons chases a lot, and again, among the league leaders in strikeouts, and right now you're just looking for an out. And not a bad way to get Simmons out there by way of the strikeout, so I have to think that the Ducks will try and keep it low and away from Simmons here. Here's the 0-2, and Simmons takes a breaking ball low and inside. It kicked away from Morales. Now the runner breaking for the plate, and now he's going to turn and stop and go back to third. Alonso got a bad read on that baseball. And Ricky Van Asselberg, the manager of the Bluefish who was coaching over at third, you could tell was pretty frustrated there. Bridgeport could have most likely had a run there on a pass ball from Morales as the ball came down low and it went off his glove, kicked to the first base side of home plate, but Alonso got a late read, then started to go and then realized he wasn't going to make it before the throw back to Buckner, and he retreated quickly to first base. So the count now 1-2 on Simmons. Buckner comes set on the mound. Here's the kick and the pitch, and this one hit on the ground to the left side, past Puckett and through a base hit. Alonso will score. The other runners will move up one base and stop. 4 straight have reached for Bridgeport after the line drive out, and it's now a 10-4 game. So Buckner gets ahead with 2 strikes and then leaves a pitch out over the plate to Simmons, who doesn't miss with that one, his 16th RBI of the year. And the carousel continues for Bridgeport as the runners each move up. It's now a 6-run advantage for Long Island. Now that'll bring up the 8-hitter and shortstop, Matt Burns. Buckner is ready on the mound. Here's his first pitch, and Burns a check swing and a high fastball. He went around. Now the count 0-1. Bridgeport now with 8 hits in the ball game. Buckner again doing some maintenance on his cleats back behind the mound. He has just been struggling all night with his footing on the mound, and I don't know if it's got something to do with his cleats or the dirt or whatever. The mound looks in pretty good shape from here, and he's back behind the mound again, trying to knock out dirt from his cleats. But he's been trying to scrape the front of the mound at points. He's been a couple times trying to knock the dirt out of his cleats. And struggling to get through 5 here at Bethpage Ballpark tonight. 1 out, the bases loaded. And 0-1 to Burns. Fastball missed up and outside for a ball. And the counting even up at 1-1. The Ducks fortunately only needed to use 1 reliever last night in Bruce Kern. So I gave the bullpen a little bit of rest. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and Burns takes a fastball that just missed the outside corner. A close pitch, but he does not get the call on the corner. And the count goes to 2-1 on the Bluefish shortstop, who was 0 for 2. He has popped to left and popped out to third on a bunt attempt. That came back in the 4th with runners at first and second and nobody out. Here's the 2-1 pitch. Popped him up, foul behind the plate. This one will drift out of play. Morales did not see it, and it went way back into the crowd anyway. So the count 2-2 now on Matt Burns.
I was like, oh no.
Runner at third for Bridgeport is Jomduan Morales. Andres Rodriguez, the runner at second, and James Simmons is the runner at first with 1 man out. Buckner looks in for the sign. A long look in at Jose Morales, and now wants to go through the signs again. Game is 9 minutes shy of the 2-hour mark, and we are still in just the top of the 5th inning. Lots of offense from both sides, and 2 pitchers who have been working very slowly at points in this game. And now Jose Morales asks for time after Buckner had selected the pitch that he wanted. And so they'll go through the signs yet again. 10-4 Ducks in the top of the 5th inning. And the 2-2 pitch is a fastball downstairs for ball 3. I would have to think another out of the strike zone here from Buckner might force Kevin Bias to go to his bullpen. He cannot see him walk a third batter here in this inning, especially the shortstop Matt Burns, who has not played all that much this year for Bridgeport. And again, time is called, this time by the batter Burns. So it'll be a 3-2 pitch here with the bases loaded, 1 out. Here it comes, and Burns swings, pops it up in the air towards second. Regi Corona is there. Infield fly rule in effect, he'll make the catch. So Buckner is able to get the second out of this inning on the pop out by Burns.
Matt Wessinger, number 4.
And with 2 outs now in the inning, that'll leave it up to Matt Wessinger, the third baseman. So Buckner now 1 out away from avoiding any further trouble here in the 5th inning. First pitch on the way. Breaking ball is in for a called strike to Wessinger in the count 0-1. Wessinger grounded out to short in the 3rd inning. And then in the 4th inning, singled to right and tried to score the go-ahead run for the Bluefish on the double by Rodriguez, but was thrown out at home plate. The 0-1, and he'll take inside under the hands. It missed for a ball, and they even up the count. Buckner now at 99 pitches in the game, 55 for strikes. So the next pitch will be number 100 for the right-hander. Here it comes, and Wessinger takes low and outside. It scoots past Morales and goes back to the backstop, but again, the runners cannot score. Morales had thought about it and ends up stopping at third. Ricky Van Asselberg, the third base coach and manager for the Bluefish, just shaking his head there. Unsure why the runners did not come home to score. Morales knew the way he reacted like there was no way they were going to be able to get the runner at the plate. And Morales didn't end up breaking from third. The other 2 runners started to go and had to quickly stop and retreat. And so it's now a 2-1 count. And again, Buckner having to do some maintenance on his cleats behind the mound. Really having a lot of trouble with his grip on the rubber tonight. So the count is 2-1 here against the 9-hitter Matt Wessinger. Runners take their leads from every base. Here's the 2-1. And Wessinger takes a fastball over the outside corner for a called strike to even the count at 2-2. So Buckner is now just 1 strike away from getting out of further trouble in the 5th. Bridgeport has scored a run on 2 hits and 2 walks in the inning. And now his 2-2 is low. And that runs the count full. So with the count 3-2, the runners will be off on the pitch from the right-hander. Ethan Chapman waiting in the on-deck circle for the Bluefish. Ducks lead is 6, and Buckner trying to keep it that way. We'll see if he can get out Wessinger on this pitch. Here's the payoff, and it is taken on the outside corner for a called strike 3. It looked like it might have been ball 4 since Wessinger had started to make his way to first, but Warren Nicholson calls strike 3, and Buckner is able to get out of further trouble with his 4th strikeout of the night. Bluefish get a run on 2 hits and 2 walks, no errors. They leave the bases loaded. Bridgeport has left 8 men on base through 5 innings tonight. We will head to the bottom of the 5th. We're halfway through. The Ducks 10, the Bluefish 4.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Ian Marshall, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Take your group out to the ball game this season and enjoy all the fun of Ducks baseball at discounted prices with the Hebrew National Picnic Area, luxury suites, the Smokin' Owls Party Deck, the Trout Town Fan Can, and so much more. Bringing your group to the game will be an unforgettable experience. The Ducks even offer opportunities to sing the national anthem, serve as the Ridgewood Savings Bank color guard, be the Nicolak Dream Team, put on a pregame performance, or shag fly balls during Ducks batting practice. To book your outing today, call 631-940-3825 and ask for the group sales department. Long Island Ducks Baseball. Good times every time.
Hey fans, this is Matt Soren, pitcher, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicolak paving stones and walls. Nicolak's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicolak. Visit the Nicolak Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicolak.com.
Let Nicolak pavers pave your way.
Are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.pseglinY.com/reliability.
Bottom of the fifth inning, the Ducks with a 10-4 lead over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Dan Lyons leading off against Chad Povich, who stays in. The first pitch misses low and outside for ball number one. The 1-0 on the way now is up and away again, and the count 2 balls and no strikes. So Buckner works into and out of trouble and allows just the 1 run on the RBI single by James Simmons in the top half of the inning. And the 2-0 to Lyons is up and away, ball 3 from Povich. The final line on Cameron Lowe tonight, 3 1/3 innings. He gives up 10 hits and 8 runs, all of which were earned. Walked 1 and struck out 2, gave up the 1 homer. 64 pitches, 42 for strikes for the right-hander. Lyons takes all the way on 3-0 and hits the outside corner for a called strike. Lyons is 1 for 2 in the game. He singled and scored back in the 4th inning and grounded into a fielder's choice in the 2nd. 3-1. Ripped high in the air to left. Well hit. Going back is Chapman to the warning track. Up the wall, and you can forget it. A towering home run to left for Dan Lyons. A solo shot here in the 5th. It is his 3rd home run of the season, and the Ducks get their 7-run lead back. It's 11-4. Lyons steps on the plate. The fist pound for Regi Corona. And Dan Lyons, who has been flexing his muscle here in the month of June with another home run, a solo blast left off Povich. And it's now an 11-4 ball game. So that's the 2nd home run of the night for the Ducks. Morales had a solo home run that led off the 4th inning, and now a solo home run leading off here in the 5th. First pitch to Regi Corona is in for a called strike. Ducks now with 29 home runs on the season. If they hit 100, they will meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge, and Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. 0-1, and Corona takes the fastball downstairs to even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So Lyons now with 2 hits. The Ducks with 13 hits in the ball game. Corona has 2 of them, a single to right in the 1st and a bunt single in the 4th. And takes a low one inside here from Povich for ball 2. And both times he reached on singles, he ended up coming around to score. Most runs for the Ducks in a game this year is 13. They are 2 shy of that. And the 2-1 is on the inside corner, a fastball strike, the count 2-2. The most hits in a game for the Ducks this year is 16. They are 3 shy of that right now. Most runs in a single inning was 9, which they did twice, and they had the 7 runs earlier tonight in the 4th. Here's the 2-2 to Corona. He swings and slashes one down the left field line, foul onto the lower concourse. So that'll keep the count at 2-2 on Regi Corona. Ducks with 5 players that have multiple hits tonight. Corona, Cleary Jr., Morales, Redmond, and Lyons, each with 2 hits tonight. Morales has driven in 4. Ruiz has driven in 3. Here's the 2-2 on the way. And Corona swings and rips one to the right side. Rodriguez fields in the hole, stops, turns and throws to first, and he gets Corona by a half step at first base. Nice play by Rodriguez for the first out here in the 5th.
Outfielder number 5, Delta Leary Jr., number 5.
Brian Sabatella doing some coaching over at first base right now. Again, not in the starting lineup tonight. He's been hampered a little bit by a shin injury, but says he is good to go. Kevin Baez said the same. Just wants to be extra cautious. We'll see if he starts tomorrow or on Monday in the final 2 games of this series before the Ducks head to Texas on Tuesday. Big swing and a miss by Delta Cleary Jr. for strike 1. He has had a productive evening. A single and a run scored in the first, a single to third, a stolen base and a run scored in the third, and a sac fly to center in the 4th. Here's the 0-1, and he takes a fastball low and inside for a ball from Povich, leaving the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. So you have to think the Ducks will probably go to their bullpen in the 6th inning after Buckner struggles to get through 5, but keeps the Ducks in front. The 1-1, swing and a miss on a breaking ball down low, looked like a changeup, and the count 1-2. Buckner already over 100 pitches in the game. Here comes the 1-2 from the righty. And Cleary Jr. will swing and foul it back to the screen behind home plate. A good cut. Move forward, waiting in the on-deck circle. He has a hit and a walk tonight. Has extended his hitting streak to 13 straight games. From the wind, the 1-2 pitch on the way. And Cleary Jr. fouls one off over the screen, off the facing of the suite level. And it keeps the count 1-2. Mass capacity crowd here tonight enjoying this one. The 1-2 pitch on the way, and Cleary Jr. fouls it back right to the screen behind the plate. And we'll do it once again. 7th pitch of the at-bat upcoming. Well, the Ducks offense led the Atlantic League entering tonight's game in batting average. 279, 19 points higher than any other team in the league. Now the 1-2. Fastball missed low and inside. Back to Cleary Jr. off the plate. The count 2-2. And they're only adding to it tonight. 13 more hits in tonight's ball game for the Ducks. And 11 more runs on the scoreboard. They also led the league in runs with 263 entering tonight. 2-2 fouled back again by Cleary Jr. Been an expensive at bat, but not necessarily for him. He hasn't broken bats or anything that would have caused him to have to spend more money on bats, but a lot of baseballs being wasted on these foul balls. It's 4 foul balls now in the at-bat. Here's the 2-2, and he'll swing and pop it foul again. Third base side of the plate. Job doing Morales gives it a look, but this will be back into the first row of section 205. So we'll have a 10th pitch of this at-bat from Povich to Cleary Jr. Right-hander looks in for the sign. And the pitch on the way is up and inside for ball 3. I always like in bats like this to reference back to the exhibition game we had here on FanFest where any 2-strike foul ball wasn't out in an experimental game for pace of play procedures. And the 3-2, swing and a miss for strike 3. And on 11 pitches, Povich wins the battle with Cleary Jr. for his 2nd strikeout of the night. If those rules were in effect with a 2-strike foul ball being an out, that would have been 6 times in that at-bat technically that Cleary Jr. would have struck out. 5 2-strike foul balls, and then the swing and a miss with 2 strikes. So 2 down now and the base is empty as Povich has rebounded with back-to-back outs after the home run by Lyons. Here's Lou Ford to the plate. And the first pitch is low and away on a fastball on the count of 1-0. Ford tonight grounded to third in the first inning, singled to right in the third, and walked and scored in the 4th. Here's the 1-0. And the fastball is over the outside corner for a called strike to even the count at 1-1 on Lou Ford. From the wind, the 1-1. Low and outside, skipped away from Morales. And the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Infield playing straight away. The 2-1 pitch, and Ford lifts one in the air foul. First base side well out of play. And the count even at 2-2. Ford last night finished 2 for 4 at the plate with a run scored. Picked up his league-leading 19th double of the season. And the 2-2. Breaking ball missed low and outside. Entering today, Lou Ford was at the top of the leaderboard in the Atlantic League in several offensive categories, having another all-star type season. Another possibly MVP type season. Leads the league in batting average at .343 entering today. Hits among several other categories as he takes low and outside for ball 4. Second time he has drawn a walk in this game, another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins. So again, entering tonight, Ford was the league leader in batting average at .343, hits at 70, RBIs at 44, total bases at 106, doubles at 19, and extra base hits 25, and slugging percentage .520. He led the league in every one of those categories. He was second in on-base percentage and third in runs scored. First pitch to Randy Ruiz, lifted in the air to shallow center, going out. The second baseman Rodriguez can't get it. It's into center field, a base hit. Ford will stop at second. So a walk and a single with 2 outs as Ruiz earns his second hit of the game. And the Ducks now have runners at first and second with 2 men out, and that will bring up the first baseman, John Griffin. So the Ducks trying for a little 2-out rally here in this 5th inning against Chad Povich, who looked like he was settling down after giving up the home run to Dan Lyons that opened the inning. But now a walk and a single. Here's John Griffin to the plate. First pitch, he swings and rockets one in the left center field. That is going to be a base hit. Ford will round third and score. Stopping at second, Ruiz, an RBI single for John Griffin, his second of the game, and it's 12-4 Long Island. Hit number 15 on the night for the Ducks, and run number 12. 38th RBI of the season for John Griffin. And now out still. Now Cody Puckett will step to the plate. And again, he is looking to join the hit party. He's the only member of the tonight. Make that 7 Ducks players with multiple hits tonight as Puckett swings at the first pitch and pops it into center. Right there is James Simmons as he moves in to make the catch, and that will put it into the inning. Ducks, though, send 7 more men to the plate. They get 2 runs on 3 hits. No errors, and they leave 2. And after 5 innings of play tonight, it is 12-4 in favor of the Long Island Ducks.
Report now to the Long Island Ducks Customer Service Center.
Hey fans, this is left-handed pitcher Carmine Giardina, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
The results are in. PSEG Long Island is delivering 99.9% reliability. We got there by strengthening equipment and clearing trees along power lines across our area. And our new outage management system will continue to ensure improved communications and faster restoration. 99.9% reliable. It's one more way we're serving you better. Discover how we're improving every day to bring you better service at www.psegliny.com/reliability.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Ducks fans follow all season long as the Long Island Ducks try to meet the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 home runs this year, Chappie's Funeral Homes will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation, Chappie's Funeral Homes, where caring for others is our family tradition. Well, the night is over for Billy Buckner, but he is in line to pick up his 4th win of the year. As the offense has done its job tonight, 2 runs in the first, 1 in the third, 7 in the fourth, and 2 more in the fifth, add up to 12 runs on 15 hits for the Ducks, and they lead it 12-4 over the Bluefish. And in the 6th inning, it'll be left-hander Patrick Kreider who comes in to take over. And Kreider will face the top 3 in the Bluefish order. It will be Chapman, Rodriguez, and Dotel. Kreider, last pitched on Wednesday night in the second game of the doubleheader, picked up the win with 2/3 of an inning of relief. In fact, he threw 1 pitch, came in a sticky situation, threw 1 pitch, got a double play ball to get out of a jam. The Ducks put together a big inning. They won the game. And then he ended up getting credit for the victory. Probably the most efficient win you will ever see.
And back to the top of the order for the Bridgeport Bluefish. The left fielder, number 2, Ethan Chapman. Number 2.
A quick chat between Morales and Kreider after he's done with his warm-up tosses, and now we are just about ready to go as we begin the top half of inning number 6 in what has been a very slow-moving game between these two teams. We are over 2 hours and are just beginning the 6th inning now. Ethan Chapman will lead off. He's 1 for 3. And the first pitch from Patrick Kreider misses downstairs for ball 1. The final line on Billy Buckner tonight, he goes 5 innings. Gives up 8 hits and 4 runs, all of which were earned. Walked 5, a season high. Struck out 4, and allowed 1 home run. The ball to job doing Morales. A 1-0. Lifted in the air to shallow right. Going out, Reggie Corona, the second baseman, and he makes the over-the-shoulder catch. Nice play by Reggie Corona on the shallow pop to right, and he made it look so easy. First out in the 6th inning. The numbers this season on Patrick Kreider have been very good. 2-1 with a 2.95 ERA in 24 games. No saves on the year. 21 in the 3rd innings, has given up 19 hits, not 16 hits. Popped out foul, first base side out of play. 8 runs, 7 of them earned for Kreider. He has walked 6 and struck out 20. And opponents hitting .238 against him this season. Rodriguez has been a force tonight for the Bluefish. He has a pair of doubles, a pair of runs batted in, and a stolen base as well as a walk. The 0-1. I'll take a fastball outside. He's a switch hitter, now batting from the right side against the left-hander Kreider. All 3 of his plate appearances at first were from the left side against the righty Buckner. That's probably why Kevin Baez brought in the lefty Kreider to turn around Luis Rodriguez. A big force for the Bluefish tonight. Here's the 1-1. Breaking ball, missed low and outside. And the count goes to 2 balls and a strike. Fastball misses low. Now Kreider behind 3-1 on Rodriguez. So Rodriguez trying to reach after Chapman retired on the pop to second. Kreider gets the sign. He's working out of the stretch. And his 3-1 offering is outside for ball 4. 6th walk allowed by Ducks pitching tonight. And Rodriguez is on for the 4th time this evening. It seems like the Ducks would rather allow the walk there than leave anything towards the middle of the plate.
Right fielder number 19, Wellington Dotel, number 19.
So a runner at first with 1 away. That'll bring up the right fielder Wellington Dotel, who bats in the number 3 spot. He is 0 for 3 in the game with 2 groundouts and a line out. Kreider comes set, looks towards first. And the pitch on the way. Dotel swings, lines one down the right field line. Long run for Redmond. He won't get it. It's going to land fair and head into the corner. Around second, heading for third is Rodriguez. Van Asselberg will stop him there as the throw comes into Corona. And the first hit of the night for Wellington Dotel is an opposite field double. That is double number 9 on the year for Wellington Dotel, and despite Buckner now being out of the game, the Bluefish bats continuing to stay hot. And Bridgeport has put runners at second and third with 1 out for John Alonso. This is just a night where the pitchers are not looking very good on the mound for either side. The offense has been front and center all evening. Here's John Alonso, who has walked twice and grounded to short. The first pitch from Kreider, and he misses low and inside with a fastball for ball 1. Alonso walked in the first, walked again in the 5th when he came around to score. He grounded to short in the 3rd. That ended the inning. Kreider comes set. Here's the 1-0 offering. That misses way outside. And the count goes to 2 balls and no strikes. And you wonder more and more while these pitchers are struggling if it's just the offense is seeing the ball well tonight, or it might be the mound, because Patrick Kreider is now behind the mound, slamming his cleats into the piece of equipment behind there that helps get the dirt out of his cleats, and he seems to be potentially having some issues with his grip on the mound. We saw that a lot with Billy Buckner. I haven't seen either of the Bluefish pitchers really have that much trouble so far, though, in terms of getting the grip. The 2-0. Alonso swings, lifts this one in the air to right. Right there is Redmond, though. He will make the catch. Tagging from third and coming home to score is Rodriguez, and moving to third on the sac fly is Dotel. So give Alonso the RBI on the sac fly to right, and the lead is down to 7. It is 12-5.
Catcher number 17, Valduan Morales. Number 17.
So for Alonso, that is his 3rd sac fly of the year, his 25th run batted in. Runner at third base with 2 out, and that'll bring up the catcher, Valduan Morales. Line drive into center field on the run forward. He'll have to play it on a hop. A base hit for Morales. Scoring from third is Dotel. And RBI single with 2 outs for Morales, his 2nd hit of the game. And it is now a 12-6 ball game. So Morales with his 2nd hit and 2nd RBI of the night. He is up to 6 runs batted in on the year. And Bridgeport continuing to fight in this game. They do not want to go down easily, and they're making Patrick Kreider's life difficult here in the 6th. He's given up 2 hits and a walk in the inning, along with the sac fly. Here's Andres Rodriguez to the plate. And he swings and misses at the first pitch, a breaking ball down low. And the count 0-1. Bridgeport now with 10 hits in the game. And the Ducks holding an 8-run lead heading into this inning. Kevin Baez turning it over to the bullpen, hoping that they can just get the final outs that they need and put away a win, but Bridgeport is not making it easy. And now the 0-1. Rodriguez takes a fastball strike on the outside corner, and the count 0-2. A walk to start things off didn't help by Kreider. And he's followed with a double, a sac fly, and an RBI single. Trying to get the final out of the inning. He's ahead 0-2 on Andres Rodriguez. Comes set. Looks to first, kicks and fires to the plate, and Rodriguez takes the breaking ball low and inside. And the count goes to 1-2. 12-6, the Ducks in front here in the top half of the 6th inning. Infield slightly shifted here to the left side. Lions playing closer to third now. On the 1-2, Rodriguez swings and misses for strike 3. So Kreider is able to get the strikeout and get out of further trouble in the inning, but not a good inning for him. He gives up 2 runs to the Bluefish on 2 hits and a walk. No errors, they leave 1 on base, and through 5.5, the Ducks with a 12-6 lead over the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is outfielder Eric Kamasu, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quackerjack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
We head to the bottom of the 6th here at Bethpage Ballpark, and a new pitcher is in for the Bridgeport Bluefish, and it's a very familiar face. It is former Long Island Duck Eric Neeson, who will make his first appearance back here at Bethpage Ballpark as a member of a team other than the Ducks. He was traded earlier this year to the Bridgeport Bluefish. That trade came back on May the 31st. He was traded to Bridgeport to complete the trade from May 1st for Prentice Redmond. And it sounds terrible, but since that trade was made, the Ducks have gone 17-1. I don't think he was the reason why, because Eric Neeson is one of the nicest guys you will ever meet and has been a real team player. Heck, he helped the Ducks to Atlantic League Championships in 2012 and 2013. But he is now a member of the Bridgeport Bluefish, and he will make the appearance here after Povich goes an inning and 2/3 tonight and struggled out of the bullpen in relief of Cameron Lowe. We'll give you his final line in a moment. Neeson will face Jose Morales, his former battery mate, to start things off. And the first pitch on the way is lifted foul, third base side out of play. And the count goes to 0-1. Neeson began the year as a starter for the Ducks. It was his first attempt at really becoming a full-time starter for Long Island, following in the footsteps of Jared Lansford last year. But he struggled in that role. He was moved to the bullpen. He struggled a little bit more, and the Ducks finally traded him to Bridgeport at the end of May. The 0-1 to Morales. That's taken for a called strike, and the count 0-2. On the year combined, Neeson is 1-2 with a 5.79 ERA in 12 games and 4 starts. It's been better with Bridgeport in 4 games. He's given up just 1 run in 5 innings. Now his 0-2 to Morales. And the fastball just missed the outside corner. Thought he had strike 3. The count goes to 1-2. Povich ends up going an inning and 2/3, gives up 5 hits and 4 runs, all of them earned, walked 2, struck out 2, gave up a home run and threw a wild pitch. 1-2 on the way to Morales, and he'll swing and just get a piece, fouls it off back behind the plate. Morales tonight is 2 for 3. He had a home run leading off the 4th inning, his first of the year, a solo shot to left, and then double to left center in the 4th. Later that inning, a bases clearing double. And so 4 RBIs in the inning for Morales. Now up to 12 runs batted in on the season. So it'll be a 1-ball, 2-strike pitch coming up. Neeson comes set, kicks and fires, and Morales swings, rockets one into center, well hit. Going back is James Simmons on the run, and he'll make the catch in straightaway center to retire Morales for the first out here in the 6th. Good swing for Jose Morales, flirting with another extra base hit, but Simmons with his speed was able to track it down. So 1 away, and the base is empty. Here is Prentice Redmond, who is 2 for 3 on the night. First pitch from Neeson, and Redmond swings, hits a high pop-up in the air to left center field. Converging are Chapman and Simmons, and it will be the center fielder Simmons who makes the catch. The 2 flyouts to the center fielder, a good start for Neeson. And the Now 2 outs here in the bottom of the 6th. The Bluefish pitching staff 1 out away from retiring the Ducks in order for the first time in this game. Long Island has had at least 1 on in every inning. In fact, they have scored in 4 of their 5 innings that they have come up to the plate, with the second being the only exception. And here is the shortstop and 9-hitter Dan Lyons, who is 2 for 3 on the night with a homer, an RBI, and 2 runs scored. And the first pitch from Neeson. This is up and outside for ball 1. Neeson's last outing was on Thursday night in Bridgewater, New Jersey, through an inning and 2/3 scoreless of relief, 1 hit and 2 strikeouts. And here he misses outside at low to Lyons for ball number 2. Regi Corona waiting on deck. The Ducks with a 12-6 lead here in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2-0. Lyons takes a fastball that hits the outside corner for a called strike. The count 2-1. Wind picking up again, blowing from right to left here at Bethpage Ballpark. Left-hander set on the mound. Here's the pitch, and Lyons lifts this one in the air to shallow right center. This one is going to find the grass. It drops for a base hit. Lyons big turn at first as the ball skipped past Wellington Dotel, but Lyons will stay put. 3rd hit of the ball game for Dan Lyons. The Ducks with a runner at first, 2 out for Corona.
Back to the top of the order for Long Island with second baseman number 11, Regi Corona, number 11.
That's the 5th 3-hit game of the year for Dan Lyons, and his 12th of the season. Lyons now tied with Ford for the 2nd most 3-hit games this season by a Duck. Cody Puckett with 6 to lead the way. And here is Regi Corona, who has a pair of hits and 4 at-bats so far this evening. Easton's first pitch to him, and he swings and foul tips it into the glove of the catcher, Jobduan Morales, for strike 1. Corona had a single to right, a stolen base, and a run scored in the 1st. Laid down a bunt single and scored in the 4th. Aside from that, I struck out swinging and grounded to 2nd. Ducks have now tied their season high in hits this year with 16, the 0-1, and that's fouled back to the screen behind home plate. Count quickly, 0-2. Only other time the Ducks had 16 hits in a game this year was May 20th. That was at York, Pennsylvania. And that was the night when the Ducks rallied back from a big deficit, a 9-1 deficit, and won 11-9. Check that, a 7-1 deficit, and they won 11-9. Lyons leads at first with 2 out. The 0-2 coming from Neeson to Corona. And the breaking ball missed the outside corner to run the count to 1-2. So we'll see what Kevin Baez does with his bullpen here with a 12-6 lead. He could always go to Kern for the 7th, Diaz for the 8th, Cushmall for the 9th, but it's not a safe situation. You don't really want to have to use that strong back end of the bullpen unless it's a much tighter ball game. Here's the 1-2, and Corona swings and misses on a high fastball for strike 3. So Eric Neeson facing the Ducks for the first time here at this ballpark since being traded away, and he works a scoreless inning in the 6th. No runs, 1 hit, and the Ducks leave 1. We will head to the 7th here at Bethpage Ballpark, Long Island 12 and Bridgeport 6.
Hey fans, this is Blake Davis, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball, Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 103.9 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda, discover the difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Have your birthday at the ballpark this season and celebrate with the Flock. Kona Ice birthday party packages with the Long Island Ducks are now available. Each package includes 10 box seats, a commemorative birthday t-shirt and autographed baseball, a pizza and Kona Ice party in the Hebrew National Picnic area, and so much more. Best of all, the birthday child will stand on the dugout while the entire crowd sings happy birthday. Reserve your party today by calling the group sales department at 631-940-3825. Kona Ice birthday parties with the Long Island Ducks, a once-in-a-lifetime experience.
Hey fans, this is right-handed pitcher Frank DiGiulio, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they offer convenient travel to Fire Island 7 days a week. Fire Island is quickly becoming a top destination for families of all ages. Experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit fireislandferries.com.
Well, we are back here for the 7th inning as the Ducks have a 12-6 lead over the Bridgeport Bluefish. A new pitcher is in. For the Ducks, it is right-hander Frank DiGiulio Jr. He will take over for Patrick Kreider after his rocky 6th inning. And some defensive changes for the Ducks as well. Delta Cleary Jr. has moved from left field to center field. Lou Ford is out of the game. He is not in center field right now. Brian Sabatella has come into the game. He is playing right field. And Prentice Redmond has moved from right field to left field. So we will try and see if we can get any update at all, if there is anything wrong with Lou Ford or if Kevin Myers just wants to give him some extra rest in this ball game. Here's DiGiulio Jr. to face James Simmons, and the first pitch is a half swing on a high fastball. Maury Nicholson did not signal anything whether it was a swing or not, but it was clearly evident that he went around. And he finally grants the appeal to first, in which Tom Major says he went around, so that is strike one. Not sure how Nicholson did not see whether or not that bat went around, but it did. They got 0-1 on James Simmons in the righty-righty matchup. DiGiulio Jr. kicks and fires, a swing and a miss again. And Simmons, who is 2 for 3 with an RBI and a run scored, is now behind 0-2. So again, from left to right, it's now Redmond in left, Cleary Jr. in center, and Sabatella in right. And the 0-2 on the way is a fastball that just did miss the outside corner. And the count goes to 1-2. So Redmond and Cleary Jr. obviously stay in the same spots in the order, and Lou Ford is replaced in the number 3 spot by Brian Sabatella. Here comes the 1-2 pitch, and Simmons swings and misses for strike 3. He chased the ball way down and outside. So Simmons goes down swinging for a strikeout for Frank DiGiulio Jr. And there is one away. So Bob Batone announcing the defensive changes now to the fans here at Bethpage Ballpark. The numbers on DiGiulio Jr. this year. He has pitched in 17 games, 0-1 record with a 4.11 ERA. 17 games, 15 in the third innings, has given up 17 hits, 8 runs, 7 of them earned. Has walked 7 and struck out 11. First pitch on the way to Matt Burns, cut on and missed. A good fastball from DiGiulio Jr. And the count is 0-1. Burns tonight 0 for 3, has popped out twice and flied to left. Here comes the 0-1, and Burns takes a low and outside from DiGiulio Jr. Now leaving up the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. 12-6 Ducks as we play, top half of the 7th here at Bethpage Ballpark. Right-hander comes set on the mound. And his 1-1 pitch, Burns swings and misses. Cuts through another hard fastball. DiGiulio Jr. dialing it up here in this 7th inning, and the count goes to 1-2. And DiGiulio Jr. trying to keep the Bluefish off the scoreboard for the first time since the 3rd inning. Bridgeport has scored 3 in the 4th, 1 in the 5th, 2 in the 6th. Chipping away, trying to stay alive here against this Ducks team. The 1-2 popped up in the air to shallow left. The shortstop Lyons going out, makes the call. And Dan Lyons will make the catch in front of Redmond. And that is the second out here in the top of the 7th inning. Patrick Kreider in his inning of relief gives up 2 hits and 2 runs, both earned, a walk and 1 strikeout. Not his ideal performance out of the bullpen. But most importantly, again, as we've said before, he keeps the Ducks in front. That is what matters most. This is DeJulio Jr.'s first time since pitching since last Saturday. A week he is gone. And here a swing and a miss on a breaking ball by Wessinger. In the Ducks' 9-3 win, he threw 1 scoreless inning, or 9-6 win, excuse me, a scoreless inning, no hits, runs, walks, and struck out 1. Here's the 0-1 pitch, and Wessinger taps it foul, first base side. And the count goes to 0-2. Windy night here at Bethpage Ballpark. DeJulio Jr. looking for a 1-2-3 7th inning. And his 0-2 on the way is a breaking ball off the outside corner. And the count goes to 1-2. Wessinger 1 for 3 with a single. He has also grounded a short and struck out looking. 1-2 pitch on the way from DeJulio Jr. is a breaking ball on the outside corner, strike 3 called. 2 strikeouts in the inning and a dominant 7th for Frank DeJulio Jr. as he retires the Bluefish in order, 1-2-3. Time to stretch here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Ducks lead the Bridgeport Bluefish by a count of 12-6. We'll keep it right here momentarily. It is time for God Bless America here tonight. And performing God Bless America on this Saturday evening from Lake Ronkonkoma, New York, it is Hiawatha Elementary School. The youngsters on the lower concourse right behind home plate are ready to sing here in the 7th inning stretch. Nice job by the kids from Hiawatha Elementary School in Lake Ronkonkoma with God Bless America tonight. 7th inning stretch, the Ducks lead it 12-6 over the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is pitcher Mark Rogers, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Hey, Ducks fans, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks is the Upsky Long Island Hotel in Hauppauge. It's centrally located on the north shore of Long Island and offers a home away from home for both business and leisure guests. The Upsky Long Island Hotel features an indoor pool, 24-hour business center, a fitness center, and complimentary Wi-Fi in all guest rooms. Enjoy the contemporary American cuisine at the Fountain Grill restaurant or grab a quick bite to eat at Cafe Pronto. Best of all, it's only minutes from Bethpage Ballpark. The Upsky Long Island Hotel, the official hotel of the Long Island Ducks. Call 231-1100 today. That's 631-231-1100.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, visit liducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
(12-6) Ducks as we go to the bottom of the 7th inning. Eric Neeson will stay in to pitch. He'll face Delta Cleary Jr., who will lead things off for Long Island. And the first pitch misses up and outside for ball 1. He'll be followed by Brian Sabatella and then Randy Ruiz, the 2, 3, and 4 hitters, as the Ducks try and extend their 12-6 lead. Neeson comes set at the belt, and his 1-0. is up and outside for ball 2 to Cleary Jr., who is 2 for 3 on the night. With 2 singles, a sac fly. He has scored twice and driven in a run. He's also got a stolen base in there as well, but he did strike out his last time up. That was in the 5th in a good 11-pitch battle with Chad Povich. This one misses up and outside for a ball, and he's now ahead 3 balls and no strikes. That was the one problem that Neeson had with the Ducks. A lot of times he would lose his control, and his 3-0 pitch here isn't for a strike. Had his control pretty good in the 6th inning when he retired the Ducks without giving up a run. In that inning through 14 pitches, 10 of them for strikes, and the 3-1 is upstairs ball 4. So there is the walk given up by Neeson.
That's another Municipal Credit Union walk with
That
a
is the
purpose.
4th walk given up by Bluefish pitching tonight. Another Municipal Credit Union walk with a purpose. Every time a Ducks batter walks, the Quacker Jack Foundation wins.
Look at the Ducks right in field, number 44, Brian Sabatella. Number 44.
So Brian Sabatella is going to come to the plate. He has done well for the Ducks this year. However, he is currently on a 13-game hitting streak and may only get 1 at-bat here in this game to try and keep it alive, and this could be it against Eric Neeson. So we'll see if he can do that. And the first pitch on the way is taken for a called strike to count 0-1. Sabatella hitting .299 on the season for the Ducks. 1 home run, 25 runs batted in, but has scored 40 runs this year, which leads the league, and has 64 hits, which is currently 2nd in the league behind Lou Ford. Here he fouls one back to the screen. And the count 0-2 on Sabatella. Again, if you're just joining us, he took over in Lou's spot in the order, went into right field. Redmond moved from right to left, and Cleary Jr. from left to center in the top half of this inning. We did find out, though, that Lou Ford is completely fine, just getting some extra rest here in this long ball game that started in a delay. And here comes the 0-2. And Sabatella takes up high on a fastball, and that's going to allow Cleary Jr. to move to second. It's going to be a wild pitch, a fastball high up in the zone that went way up. And it did tip off the glove of Chavduan Morales, but very hard for him to catch that pitch on a hard fastball from Neeson. That was way up high. So the count 1-2 now on Sabatella. Cleary Jr. leads at second base, and the 1-2 pitch. Sabatella lines one down the right field line. It'll slice foul, though, off the warning track. And then the facing of the stands. So the count stays at 1-2. Cleary Jr. has already scored twice in this ball game. He is one of 3 Ducks who has scored twice, along with Corona and Lions. And here's Sabatella swinging a foul ball, chopped one down and in. And Sabatella played the first game of the doubleheader against the Skeeters on Wednesday. Sabatella appears to be in a bit of pain on that foul ball. Played the first game of the doubleheader, and in that game he went 1 for 4, but tweaked his shin running to first base. Did not play the second game, did not play on Thursday night, and did not play last night here. And wasn't the starter tonight, but now playing in tonight's ball game. And the 1-2 pitch is a high fastball. He was able to lay off. And the count 2-2. Sabatella will certainly be up for consideration for the Atlantic League All-Star game in Bridgeport. He and Lou Ford could both get selections as outfielders. 2-2 pitch coming from Eric Neeson. Here it comes, and Sabatella lays off the fastball up and away for ball 3. So the count is now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes with nobody out. And waiting in the on-deck circle for the Ducks is Randy Ruiz. Long Island looking to extend a 12-6 lead. The payoff from Neeson, and Sabatella swings and misses at the fastball for strike 3. So Neeson gave him a pitch to hit up and over the plate, kind of middle in, or up and in, I should say, and Sabatella strikes out. So that's the second strikeout for Neeson, and unless the Ducks rally to give Sabatella another chance at the plate, his hitting streak will end at 13 games. And players at times do care about streaks, but ultimately it's about the team and about the team wins. As the first pitch to Randy Ruiz is rocketed into center field. Racing back is James Simmons, still going back, reaches up and makes the catch. Terrific grab by James Simmons in center field on a ball that was scalded by Ruiz, who is now 2 for 4 on the night with 3 RBIs and a run scored. That'll leave it up to John Griffin. 5 seconds for station identification here on LI News Radio.
Number 33.
Ducks with a 12-6 lead, 2 outs here in the bottom of the 7th inning. John Griffin, the batter, against Eric Kneeson. Griffin has picked up RBI singles in each of his last 2 trips to the plate. First pitch from Kneeson, and Griffin takes the fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Looked like Kneeson was going to have trouble after he fell behind and walked Delta Cleary Jr., but he's come back, struck out Sabatella in an 8-pitch at bat, and then got Randy Ruiz on the line out to center. And here Griffin a ground ball towards second. Rodriguez fields his throw to first in time, and Eric Kneeson with 2 scoreless innings of relief against his former team. So no runs, no hits for the Ducks. The first inning in this game in which they didn't get a hit. No errors, they leave 1. And we will head to the 8th here at Bethpage Ballpark. It is a 12-6 lead for the Flock.
Hey fan, this is outfielder Delta Cleary Jr. You're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Few places on earth offer the charm and excitement of Fire Island. At Fire Island Ferries, located conveniently at 99 Maple Avenue in Bay Shore, they ages experience the informal, carefree communities, the dazzling night scene, enjoy fine dining, or climb to the top of one of the tallest lighthouses in the United States. But there's only one way to get there, by calling Fire Island Ferries at 631-665-3600 today. For fare and scheduling information, please visit FireIslandFerries.com.
Hey Ducks fans, stay up to date with Long Island's hometown team by visiting Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Quack of the Bat will bring Ducks fans beyond the headlines with in-depth feature articles, breaking news stories, game previews, post-game wrap-ups, and so much more. Interact with the team during the entire season through quotes directly from the players and coaches, as well as exclusive video clips and photos. Check out the blog today at quackofthebat.wordpress.com. Quack of the Bat, the official blog of the Long Island Ducks. Well, Ducks fans, on a warm summer night, why not chill out with a cold cup, of Hampton Coffee Company gourmet coffee, available at the concession stands here at Bethpage Ballpark. Hampton Coffee is the preferred coffee of the Long Island Ducks. Visit HamptonCoffeeCompany.com or visit their cafes in the Hamptons. Third reliever of the night called on by Ducks manager Kevin Baez, as Nick Struck will come in to pitch after Frank DiGiulio Jr. tosses a 1-2-3 inning in the 7th, striking out both James Simmons and Matt Wessinger, and getting Matt Burns on a pop out to shallow left. So Nick Struck will be the pitcher for the Ducks, and he'll face the top 3 in the Bluefish order, trying to protect a 6-run advantage. So Nick Struck comes into the ball game, and Ethan Chapman will come up to home plate to begin things for Long Island. Struck last pitched in Game 1 of the doubleheader on Wednesday night against the Skeeters. Coughed up the shutout by giving up a run on 3 hits in 2/3 of an inning, as he came on a pitch in the 7th inning in relief of Andrew Barbosa, but ultimately the Ducks were able to pick up the win in that game. And here is Ethan Chapman to lead off. First pitch on the way, and that's popped up in the air down the left field line. Puckett, Redmond chasing, but this will be back into the seats. And the count is 0-1. Chapman 1 for 4 in the game. The only hit was when he laid down a bunt single in the 3rd. He would then steal second and steal third, but was stranded at third base. Cody Puckett is in on the grass at third in case Chapman tries to lay down the bunt again. Struck gets the sign. And the 0-1 on the way. There's a fastball upstairs to even the count at a ball and a strike. On the year, Struck is 2-1 with a 1.69 ERA out of the bullpen, 16 games. Now a 1-1. That fastball missed the inside corner from Struck, in the count 2-1 on Ethan Chapman. Both teams with double-digit hits on the night. The Bluefish with 10, the Ducks with 16. Here's the 2-1 offering. Breaking ball popped foul again down the left field line, and again Redmond chases but watches this go into the seats. And that'll even up the count of 2 balls and 2 strikes. Luis Rodriguez will follow, and then Wellington Dotel. Struck kicks and fires to the plate, and Chapman takes the fastball way up and outside. That's at the count now, full at 3 balls and 2 strikes on the leadoff hitter Chapman. Don't want to allow him to get on with Rodriguez waiting on deck the way Rodriguez has reached tonight. And the 3-2 pitch, fastball cut on and grounded to second. Regi Corona fields on 2 hops, and his throw to first is in time. Good hustle up the first base line by Chapman. He has blazing speed.
Second baseman number 6, Luis Rodriguez.
That's the first out here in the 8th inning. Well, the Bluefish really were playing some decent baseball earlier in the year and were fighting to try and stay near the top of the division, but one of the biggest losses for them was when they lost Nick Van Stratton to the Mexican League. Van Stratton was a big table setter at the top of the lineup, and his departure has meant some big struggles for the Bluefish since that point. Bridgeport has just 1 win in their last 8 games entering tonight, as Rodriguez pops one in the air to shallow center behind second. Lyons gives way to Corona, and Regi Corona will make the catch. So after picking up 2 doubles and 2 walks, Rodriguez is finally retired for the first time tonight. That's now 6 straight batters retired by Ducks pitching, and 2 away here in the top of the 8th inning.
Number 19, Wellington Dotel. Number 19.
Counting back to June 6th, just 2 wins in the last 14 games for the Bluefish. And here a ground ball through the right side for Dotel. A base hit, his second hit of the ball game after he had doubled back in the 6th. So that keeps the inning alive here against Nick Struck. And that'll bring John Alonso to the plate with a runner at first and 2 down.
First baseman number 26, John Alonso. Number 26.
I mentioned the Ducks have a record of 17-1 here in the month of June. The Bluefish 4-14. As this pitch misses low and outside for a ball, the count 1-0. The Ducks, despite that great record, they're still a game and a half in back of the Patriots. Technically 2 games right now since Somerset has won tonight 3-0. But the Bluefish have fallen all the way back to now 18 games behind the Patriots in the division standings. It's really just a 2-horse race at this point. The 1-0 to Alonso. Breaking ball hits the inside corner for a strike. Alonso looking for his first hit of the game. Has just 1 at bat on the night. That was the ground out to short in the 3rd. He has walked twice and delivered a sac fly to right in the 6th. 1-1. He swings and grounds one to the left side. Dan Lyons, a short pick on the backhand. Nice play by Lyons and his throw to first for the out. Ducks have made some great defensive plays here tonight, and that was not an easy one for Lyons, having to field it on the short hop on his backhand, but he's able to make the play, and that ends the inning. No runs, 1 hit. The Bluefish leave their 10th man on base tonight. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning. Ducks still lead it by 6. It's a 12-6 lead over the Bluefish.
Hey fans, this is Regi Corona, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island Home for News, Traffic and Weather, 1039 LI New Radio.
Beautify your patio, walkway, driveway, or pool surround with Nicoloc paving stones and walls. Nicoloc's specially formulated paver shield offers extra surface wear protection and color enhancement throughout the thickness of the paver. Paver shield guarantees that your pavers will look great for years to come. Bring home the elegance with Nicoloc. Visit the Nicoloc Design Center, Sunrise Highway, Lindenhurst, or Nicoloc.com.
Let Nicoloc Pavers pave your way.
M&V Limousines is the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks. Family owned and operated, they've been in the business for over 23 years. M&V Limousines offers coach buses with Wi-Fi and restrooms, party buses, exotic limousines, and so much more. Whether you're looking for transportation for weddings, proms, corporate outings, or long-distance trips, they've got the right vehicle for you. Visit their showroom in Comac or check them out online at mvlimo.com. M&V Limousines, the official bus company of the Long Island Ducks.
Hey, Ducks fans, do you want frequent updates on team transactions, scores, store specials, and the status of upcoming games? Well, then follow the Long Island Ducks on Twitter at twitter.com/LIDucks. With Twitter, the faithful flock will be able to follow the Ducks and find out more information regarding nightly promotions, player signings, league activities, and so much more. The Ducks are tweeting right now. You can follow along at twitter.com/LIDucks. New pitcher is in for the Bluefish. It is right-hander Eric Draxton. He is the second reliever of the game. After a terrible start by Cameron Lowe and a very bad relief appearance by Chad Povich, Eric Neeson brought some order to the Bluefish pitching staff with 2 scoreless innings of relief. The former Duck allowed just a hit and a walk while striking out 2. And so now Eric Draxton is into the ball game, and the right-hander will face the 6, 7, and 8 hitters for the Ducks, Cody Puckett, Jose Morales, and Prentice Redmond. First pitch on the way to Puckett, and he'll swing and pop one in the air to center field. Drifting back is James Simmons. He is there, and he will make the catch for the first out. And on a night where the Ducks have 12 runs and 16 hits, Cody Puckett has had the toughest night of all. He is now 0 for 5 with 2 strikeouts, a groundout, and 2 flyouts. So he's retired on the first pitch from Draxton, and with 1 out, that'll bring up Jose Morales.
Number 26, Jose Morales, number 46.
So here's Jose Morales to the plate. Morales with 2 hits on the night, a homer and a double, has driven in 4 and has scored a run as well. Draxton comes set in his first pitch, and Morales takes a fastball over the outside corner for strike 1. Morales, after the pop out to short in the second, lifted his first home run of the year in the 4th inning out to left field. Then delivered a bases-clearing 3-run double later in that inning and put the capper on a 7-run frame for the Ducks as he takes low here for ball 1. And then popped to center in the 6th inning. Hit safely now in 6 games. Give you the numbers on Draxton after this 1-1 pitch. Draxton gets the sign, comes set. Here's the 1-1. Ground ball to the right side. Rodriguez to his left will field and throws the first for the out. So Jose Morales retired, and there are 2 away. Numbers on the year for Eric Draxton of the Bluefish, 2-1 record, and he has a 3.13 ERA in 20 games out of the bullpen. 28 hits and 23 innings of work, has given up 12 hits and 8 runs. 8 of them earned, 7 walks to 22 strikeouts. And here is Prentice Redmond to the plate, who was 2 for 4 on the evening. First pitch is a fastball strike at the knees. Redmond singled to center in the 2nd, singled to right, and scored in the 4th. Later in the 4th, popped to right to end the frame, and then fly to center in the 6th. 0-1, and he takes low in the dirt on a fastball, even the count at 1 ball and 1 strike. Tonight's crowd, 6,112 in attendance, the 2nd straight sellout for the Ducks, and their 641st sellout all-time, an Atlantic League record. The Ducks also crossing the 6,400,000 fan mark tonight. And this pitch taken up and inside for a ball. So the count goes to 2 balls and 1 strike. Getting the sign, coming set. Here's the pitch. Ripped on the ground on the left side and through. A base hit for Redmond. His 3rd hit of the night. He and Dan Lyons each now have 3 hits in the game. And so the Ducks with a 2-out base runner against Draxton. That'll bring Dan Lyons to the plate.
Long Island shortstop, number 12, Dan Lyons. Number 12.
So here is Lyons to bat, 3 hits and 4 at-bats tonight after grounding into a fielder's choice his first time up. He has singled and scored, hit a solo homer to left, and then singled again in the 6th. First pitch on the way, and Lyons takes a fastball up in the zone for ball 1. The Lions and Redmond have combined for 6 of the 17 hits for the Ducks. By the way, the 17 hits is now a season high. And Lions rips one into the left center field gap. On the run is the left fielder Chapman. He will not get it. It goes to the wall. Redmond on his way to third. Kevin Baez will stop him at third. Lions took a big turn at second. He was thinking about 3, but then realized Redmond was not sent. So Lions ends up getting his 4th hit of the night with a double to the left center field gap. He is now just a triple shy of the cycle. And the Ducks with runners at second and third with 2 out for Ricci Corona. So for Dan Lyons, that is his first 4-hit game of the year. He joins Ford, Cleary Jr., and Sabatella as Ducks with 4-hit games. Lou has 2. Cleary Jr. and Sabatella each with 1. And 2 in scoring position with 2 out against Draxton, and that'll bring up Ricci Corona, who is 2 for 5 on the night with a couple of singles. First pitch on the way, and Corona takes a breaking ball that drops in at the belt for strike 1. I was surprised to see Kevin Baez stop Redmond there. Baez is usually very aggressive, and it looked like there was a little bit of a misplay in the left center field gap on the ball. I thought Kevin would send around Redmond, but he put the stop sign up there. 18 hits now for the Ducks. The 0-1, Corona swings and misses, chases a fastball down in the zone. And the count 0-2. So Redmond at third, he has scored once in this game. Lyons at second, he has scored twice. 3 different Ducks have scored twice. Corona, Lyons, and Cleary Jr. On the 0-2, Corona lines one into right field. On the run is Wellington Dotel, and he is able to make the running grab for the final out of the 8th inning. So the Ducks threaten to add some more runs. They do not, though. No runs, 2 hits. They leave 2. And we will head to the 9th. The Ducks will try and close out their 8th win in a row. They lead it 12-6 over the Bluefish on Saturday night.
Hey fans, this is relief pitcher Bruce Kern, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 1039 LI News Radio.
Thinking about buying or refinancing a home? Start by attending a free MCU home buying seminar. Then speak with one of our loan specialists who will guide you through the loan process. With an affordable mortgage from Municipal Credit Union, Home Sweet Home will be a little sweeter. Call 212-238-3521 or visit nymcu.org to apply for your mortgage today. Municipal Credit Union. Strong, trusted, growing. Municipal Credit Union is an equal housing opportunity lender.
Enjoy the ultimate VIP fan experience at Bethpage Ballpark this season by taking in a Ducks game from the brand new Trout Town Fan Can. Presented by Roscoe Beer Company, the Fan Can is available for rental at all Ducks home games. It features 12 Dream Seat theater-style padded seats, beverage holders, an air-conditioned atmosphere, and an incredible view of the game. Packages are now available with food and beverage included. To reserve your Fan Can outing today, call the Ducks Group Sales Department at 631-940-3825. The Trout Town Fan Can at Bethpage Ballpark. Your VIP experience has arrived. We go to the 9th here at Bethpage Ballpark. The Long Island Ducks leading it by a count of 12-6 over the Bridgeport Bluefish. And coming on to try and get the final 3 outs is Matt Soren, the right-hander and Long Island native out of Roslyn, New York. He is the 4th reliever of the night for Kevin Baez after Nick Struck throws a scoreless inning in the 8th, allowing just a 2-out single by Wellington Dotel. So Matt Soren will make an appearance on the mound. He threw 2/3 of an inning scoreless to help close out a win on Sunday last week up in Bridgeport. And he'll try and close out another one here tonight. He'll face Jomduan Morales, Andres Rodriguez, and James Simmons, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters for the Bluefish. Michael Pollock here bringing you all the play-by-play on this Saturday evening. Thank you so much for joining me as the Ducks look to win their 5th straight game over the Bridgeport Bluefish. After they fell behind 6-1 in the season series, the Ducks won the final 3 games up in Bridgeport last weekend. They won last night here in a come-from-behind victory. And they're looking to pick up their second in a row in this series. And at the same time, looking for their 8th straight win overall and their 5th in a row against the Bluefish. First pitch from Matt Soren, and Jabduan Morales takes a fastball inside for ball 1. Morales has had a nice game, hit his first home run of the season in the 4th, an opposite field solo blast to left. Drew a walk in the 5th and had an RBI single to center in the 6th. First at bat was a ground out to first in the 1st. The 1-0 from Soren. Kicks and fires, and Morales takes the fastball low and outside, and the count 2-0. Cody Puckett playing well off the bag at third for the hitter batting from the left side. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and that misses outside on a fastball, so not the start Soren wanted here as he's fallen behind 3-0 against Jabduan Morales. Looks for the sign from Jose Morales. Kicks and fires, and the pitch is taken inside for ball 4. So 4 straight out of the strike zone by Matt Soren. And that is how the top of the 9th inning begins for the Bluefish. So Morales with his second walk of the game. The Ducks have now allowed 7 walks in the game, very uncharacteristic of them this season. As a pitching staff, the Ducks have walked 185 batters, which actually leads the Atlantic League. It doesn't seem that way, but that has been the case. Here is Andres Rodriguez, and the first pitch is a fastball up high. So that's now 5 straight balls, and the count of 1-0 on Andres Rodriguez, who has walked and singled in his 4 trips to the plate tonight. He's also struck out swinging twice. .1-0 pitch from Soren, and that fastball just missed the outside corner. And it's now 2 balls and no strikes. Bluefish waiting for Soren to throw some strikes to them, but he has had trouble finding the zone so far. Here comes his 2-0 pitch. And Rodriguez will take a fastball. That one catches the inside corner for a called strike, and the count 2-1. Ducks out hitting the Bluefish tonight 18-11. Middle infielders at double play depth, though Corona is shaded a bit more towards the middle. The 2-1 from Soren. Rodriguez hits one high in the air to left center field. Drifting back is Delta Cleary Jr. He is there. He'll make the catch to retire Rodriguez for the first out of the 9th inning. So Andres Rodriguez retired. He is now 1 of 4. And here is the center fielder James Simmons, who is 2 for 4 on the night with a pair of singles, has an RBI and a run scored, but struck out his last time up against the hard-throwing right-hander Frank DiGiulio Jr. Soren comes set from the stretch as Morales leads from first, and the first pitch fastball misses low from Soren for ball 1. Soren on the year has appeared in 9 games. This is 10th. He is 0-1 with a 6.52 ERA. Missed some time with an arm injury. Now his 1-0. Now this one popped in the air, foul down the right field line. Griffson chases, but this will be out of his reach and off of the hand of a fan in the front row. So the count even up at 1 ball and 1 strike. So the fielders reset, and it'll be a 1-1 pitch coming up here to the center fielder Simmons. Matt Burns waiting in the on-deck circle for Bridgeport. Soren gets the sign. Here comes the 1-1 offering. Kicks and deals, and the fastball is in at the knees for a called strike. Good fastball from the right-hander, and the count 1-2. Ducks looking to improve to 20 games over 500 this season. They are 36-17 entering tonight. That would be a new high watermark for them. Now the 1-2 on the way is way outside on a fastball. Nice block there by Morales. And that'll even up the count at 2-2. Again, we've said it before, Simmons has a tendency to strike out a lot, especially to chase pitches down in the zone. So a good fastball here down in the zone or kind of jamming him inside might not be a bad idea here for Soren. Now the 2-2 offering. Breaking ball is in there for a called strike 3. Warren Nicholson forgot the count. Usually it takes him a while to make the strike call, but he made the quick strike call to the right as if to say that was strike 2 and then realized, hey, wait, there's 2 strikes on you, and then punched him out for strike 3. So that's the first strikeout for Soren, and the 8th for Ducks pitching tonight. Bridgeport down to their final out. Here is the shortstop and 8-hitter Matt Burns to the plate. Soren comes set, his first pitch on the way. And that fastball misses low and outside for ball number 1. Burns 0 for 4, has popped out 3 times. Once on a bunt attempt in the 4th to 3rd, a pop out to 2nd in the 5th, and a pop out to short in the 7th. He is also lined out to left field. The 1-0 from Soren, and Burns takes the fastball way outside. So Soren now behind 2 balls and no strikes. Runner at first still Job Dwan Morales, who walked to start off this inning. Fans eager to see the fireworks after the final out of tonight's ball game. Here comes the 2-0. Soren kicks and fires, and Burns takes the fastball low and outside, ball 3. So Matt Soren, facing a guy who was 0 for 4 in the game, has now thrown 3 straight out of the zone. He had walked Morales on 4 pitches earlier in the inning. And now the 3-0 pitch from Soren. And Burns takes up and away for ball 4. So the second 4-pitch walk of the inning issued by Soren. Burns reaches for the first time tonight. And that will give Matt Wessinger an opportunity here in the top of the 9th inning. Soren looked great in the at-bats after the leadoff walk, but then can't find the strike zone to Burns, and here is Wessinger to bat. He's 1 for 4 in the game with a single. And the first pitch on the way, he'll take a breaking ball way outside, and it got past Morales, and the runners are going to move up. Morales looked back to the field at first, and then the runners moved up. It's going to be a wild pitch there on Soren. I think it was a cross-up between him and Morales, and so the two go out to have a quick chat here out in front of home plate to discuss what happened on that pitch. I think Morales was expecting a fastball near the plate, instead got a curveball way low and outside. So now the Bluefish with runners at 2nd and 3rd and 2 men out for Wessinger. And Soren again has thrown 5 straight out of the zone. It's the sign, comes set. Here comes his 1-0 pitch. And Wessinger will take a fastball that missed the inside corner, and it's now 2 balls and no strikes on Wessinger. The fans getting restless here. They want the right-hander to throw strikes here and get the final out of this ball game. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. And Wessinger takes a fastball this time on the outside corner for a strike. A cheer from the fans here. And the count 2-1. Runners lead from 2nd and 3rd with 2 outs. Soren's 2-1 pitch on the way. Wessinger swings and misses, chasing a fastball down low. Now the Ducks are 1 strike away from their 8th win in a row. The crowd rising to their feet at Bethpage Ballpark. Soren looking in for the sign from Job Dwan Morales, or from Jose Morales. 2-2 on the way, and Wessinger takes a breaking ball low and outside. He was able to check his swing. And the count now full at 3 balls and 2 strikes. And the crowd will get fired up again here as Soren looks to end this ball game. 3-ball, 2-strike offering on the way. Kicks and deals, and Wessinger takes low and outside for ball 4, the 3rd walk of the inning given up by Matt Soren. The fans not happy, and now Marty Jansen is going to head out to the mound to try and talk things over with his right-hander.
The Bridgeport Bluefish will be here again tomorrow afternoon. 1:35, beats over to 12:35.
Looks like Soren has been having a lot of trouble finding the strike zone with that fastball here in this inning, but his curveball has looked pretty good at points. And Bridgeport is just preaching patience right now to their hitters. Soren can't find the strike zone. They're not going to ask their hitters to be swinging away here when he cannot do that. They'll take as many walks as it needs. Jansen goes out there to try and settle down the right-hander Matt Soren, who has walked 3 in the inning. And that is now 9 walks given up by the Ducks pitching staff in this ballgame. Most walks given up by the Ducks pitching staff in a game was 10. They have done that twice, but have not done that since May 23rd against the River Sharks. So with 2 away and the bases loaded, here is Ethan Chapman, who is 1 for 5 on the evening. Soren's first pitch to him is a fastball right down the middle for strike 1. The only hit of the game for Chapman was a bunt single to third base in the 3rd inning. The runner at third, Morales. The runner at second, Burns. The runner at first, Wessinger. The 0-1 from Soren. And Chapman pops one up foul, third base side. Cody Puckett over towards the stands. We'll watch this go back into the crowd. And Soren has now gotten ahead of Ethan Chapman, 0-2. Crowd again gets loud here at Bethpage Ballpark as Matt Soren looks for the final out of this ball game. Ahead of Ethan Chapman, 0-2. Soren comes set. Kicks and fires, and Chapman will swing and foul it back behind the plate. And that will keep the at-bat alive. The Ducks led it 3-0. Bridgeport came back with 3 in the 4th. Now the Ducks scored 7 in the bottom of the half of the 4th inning to take the lead, and they have not relinquished the lead since. 0-2 from Soren is a breaking ball up and outside. And the count now 1-2 on Chapman. The runners take their leads. Soren from the stretch again. And his 1-2 offering is swung on and missed for strike 3. Blew the fastball by him up high. This ball game is over, and the Long Island Ducks win their 8th game in a row. They defeat the Bridgeport Bluefish by a final count of 12-6 in front of a past capacity crowd here at Bethpage Ballpark. Well, the Ducks are on the field to exchange some high fives and celebrate another victory. The fans are excited because they are moments away from a pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza. Matt Soren made it interesting. No hits given up, but 3 walks in the 9th inning. The Bluefish leave 3 in the inning, 13 in the game. The Ducks pick up the win by a count of 12-6. Don't go anywhere. Post-game show's coming up next. We're going to recap this one and hand out the Player of the Game award. Ducks are winners for the 8th straight game and for the 5th straight against the Bluefish as they win it 12-6 tonight.
Hey fans, this is Kevin Byers, manager of the Long Island Ducks, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather, 103.9 LI News Radio.
James Simmons is going back. He is looking up, and on Bark in the Park Night, that one is gone and reaches a kennel in Central Islip.
That was another home run for the Ducks. And Duck fans, what's more fun than a home run that helps the Ducks win a game? How about a homer that helps the community win? Chappie's Funeral Home and the Long Island Ducks have once again teamed up for the Chappie's Home Run Challenge. If the Ducks hit 100 homers this season, Chappie's Funeral Home will donate $5,000 to the Quacker Jack Foundation. So every time a Ducks hitter goes deep this season, watch for the Chappie's Challenge home run count on the scoreboard. And if we reach 100, we're all a winner. Chappie's Funeral Home, where caring for others is a family tradition.
Can't get enough of the Long Island Ducks? Well, now you can get even more inside info on your favorite hometown team through Facebook and Twitter. The Ducks are constantly updating fans through social media with scores, transactions, ballpark promotions, and much more. You can even win great prizes. All you'll need to do is make a free account on Facebook and Twitter, and then visit us at facebook.com/LIDucks and twitter.com/LIDucks. Think you're Long Island's biggest Ducks fan? Get connected now.
The Pyrotechnico fireworks are going off here at Bethpage Ballpark after another Ducks win, their 8th victory in a row, their 18th in 19 games this month, and their 5th straight victory over the Bluefish that evens up the Ferry Cup series as the Ducks take it by a final count of 12-6 over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Well, let's recap this game first here on the post-game show. And the Long Island Ducks jumped out to an early 2-0 lead after Billy Buckner worked out of a jam in the top half of the first inning. In the bottom half, Reggie Corona opened the game with a single, stole second, and the Ducks had a 2-0 lead. 2 innings later in the third, they would extend that lead to 3, as Cleary Jr. and Ford opened the inning with singles. Cleary Jr. had stolen second before Ford's single. And with runners at the corners, nobody out, Randy Ruiz grounded out to short. It brought home Cleary Jr. from third, and the Ducks had a 3-0 lead. Billy Buckner had worked out of jams in the first 3 innings, really the first inning and the third inning, but in the fourth was running into trouble. He gave up a leadoff opposite field solo homer to Jobduan Morales, his first of the year. Walked Andres Rodriguez, gave up a single to James Simmons. Matt Burns tried to lay down a bunt, popped out to the third baseman Cody Puckett. And then Matt Wessinger singled to right to load the bases with only 1 out. Buckner struck out Ethan Chapman, but Luis Rodriguez doubled down the right field line. It would score 2. And then Wessinger would try to score from first on the play, but a huge play in the game as the relay throw got Wessinger out at home plate. It kept the game tied at 3 apiece. And the Ducks would respond immediately. In the bottom half of the fourth inning, they would send 11 men to the plate against Bluefish starter Cameron Lowe and reliever Chad Povich. It all started with Jose Morales, who did exactly what Jobduan Morales did, hit an opposite field solo home run to left. It was also his first home run of the year, and that gave the Ducks the lead right back at 4-3. Prentice Redmond followed with a single to right. Lyons then singled to center, and Reggie Corona would then lay down a bunt single. And on that play, Lowe tried to field and throw to first. His throw went wide. So on the error, Redmond would score. Lyons moved to third, and Corona would move to second. Delta Cleary Jr. would follow with a sacrifice fly to center that would bring home Dan Lyons for the third run of the inning and made it a 6-3 game. Lou Ford then drew a walk that spelled at the end of the night for Cameron Lowe. Chad Povich then came on. He would walk Randy Ruiz, and that loaded the bases for John Griffin, who singled through the left side. That would bring home Reggie Corona and make it a 7-3 game. Cody Puckett would then strike out looking, but that would set the stage for Morales, who started the inning with a home run, and he capped the inning with a 3-run double into the left center field gap. RBIs 2, 3, and 4 in the game. And the Ducks at that point had themselves a 10-3 advantage. Bridgeport would get a run in the 5th inning, as with 1 out, Alonso and Morales drew walks. Rodriguez and Simmons followed with singles. Simmons' RBI single making it a 10-4 game, but the Ducks answered right back again in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Dan Lyons opened the frame with a solo homer to left off of Chad Povich. It was Lyons' 3rd of the season. And after a ground out and a strikeout, Lou Ford drew a walk, Randy Ruiz singled to center, and John Griffin delivered an RBI single through the left side. So 2 more runs in that inning made it a 12-4 game. Bridgeport would continue to try and rally as they scored 2 in the 6th against Patrick Kreider, who walked Rodriguez, gave up a double to Dotel, and followed that up giving up a sac fly to John Alonso and an RBI single to Jobduan Morales. Struck out Andres Rodriguez, though, to end that threat, and that kept the Ducks in front 12-6. Bridgeport's bullpen would calm down and throw scoreless innings in the 6th, 7th, and 8th. But the Ducks bullpen would do the same in the 7th, 8th, and 9th. To Julio Jr. a scoreless 7th. Nick Struck a scoreless 8th. And Matt Soren, despite walking 3 in the 9th, did not allow a run and struck out Ethan Chapman to end the game. And the Ducks held on for the 12-6 victory. The final totals in the game, 12 runs, a season-high 18 hits for the Ducks. No errors. They left 10 men on base. For the Bluefish, 6 runs on 11 hits, 1 error. And they left 13 men on base in the game, at least 1 in every inning except for 2. The winning pitcher was Billy Buckner, who did not pitch great. He gave up 4 runs on 8 hits and 5 walks in 5 innings, struck out 4, but he ends up picking up the win to improve to 4-1 on Cameron Lowe. 0-1 in his Bluefish debut, gave up 8 runs on 10 hits and a walk in 3 1/3 innings while striking out 2. No save. The game took 3 hours and 19 minutes after a 43-minute rain delay to start things off in front of a pass capacity crowd of 6,112. The second sellout of the season, second sellout in a row for the Ducks, and their 641st sold-out crowd all time. Tonight's player of the game, we're going to give it to Dan Lyons and Jose Morales. They will share it. Jose Morales with 4 big RBIs in the game, including the RBI to open the 4th and the RBI to cap the 4th, the solo homer and the 3-run double. And Dan Lyons was just terrific. 4 for 5 at the plate tonight. He finished a triple shy of the cycle, had an RBI and 2 runs scored. So Lyons and Morales are our co-players of the game on this Saturday night. We'll take one more break. When we come back, the out-of-town scoreboard, and then we'll set you up for tomorrow afternoon's contest between the Ducks and the Bluefish.
Hey fan, this is Prentice Redmond, and you're listening to Ducks Baseball on Long Island's home for news, traffic, and weather. 1039 LI News Radio.
Spring into a new Honda at Huntington Honda and pay $59 a month for a new 2015 Honda Civic LX sedan. $59. So spring into Huntington Honda on Jericho Turnpike just east of Route 110 or HuntingtonHondaCars.com.
Huntington Honda. The difference.
Auto 24-month lease, total due at inception. Civic $31.90 includes bank fee, first month's payment, no security deposit. Taxes, DMV, title fees extra with excellent credit through HFS.
Family fun every time.
Beautiful evening for baseball.
Big action every time.
He reaches up, it's gone!
Great value every time.
And the Ducks have won it 7-1.
The Ducks schedule is loaded with new promotions this season, and with an average ticket price of just $10 and free parking, there is no better value on Long Island. For game times and tickets, Ducks.com. Long Island Ducks baseball. Good times every time.
Back at Bethpage Ballpark, the fans just enjoyed a terrific pyrotechnical fireworks extravaganza. A pass capacity crowd of 6,112 tonight that saw the Ducks win their 8th game in a row and improve to 37-17 overall, 20 games over 500 with a 12-6 win over the Bridgeport Bluefish. Take a final look at the out-of-town scoreboard. Again, the Ducks a tough night because they play well, they get a win, and they can't gain any ground on Somerset. The Patriots with a 3-0 shutout of the Sugarland Skeeters in Bridgewater, New Jersey. Brett Brack got the win to improve to 1-0. The loser, Shane Lukes, falls to 3-3, and the save went to John Hunton, his 13th of the season, 100th in a Patriot uniform. Johnny Tucker hit his 3rd home run of the season to help lead the way for the Patriots in that win. So they remain a game and a half ahead of the Ducks in the Liberty Division standings. Blue Crabs are winners tonight, 4-2 over the Camden River Sharks. They pick up another game on the Skeeters in the Freedom Division. They are now 3 games ahead of Sugarland. The winning pitcher was Darrell Thompson. He improves to 1-0 on the year. The loser, Eric Smith, fell to 0-5. And the save went to Eric Hammer in his 13th of the season. No homers in the game. Gustavo Molina had the only RBI for the Blue Crabs. Brandon Chavez, Zach McPhee had the RBIs for Camden in the loss. And it was the Barnstormers all over the Revolution tonight, 9-3 in Lancaster, Pennsylvania. The winner in relief was Marcus Walden for Lancaster, who improved to 1-3. The loser, Layson Septimo, fell to 2-2. Barnstormers with a 6-run 7th inning to prove to be the difference. That game only went 8 innings. It was cut short due to rain. The winner, again, was Walden, the loser, Septimo. Kevin Rivers hit his 7th home run of the game for Lancaster to lead the way. He had 3 RBIs and 2 runs scored. Yankees breaking out the bats tonight, a 14-3 victory over the Detroit Tigers on Old Timers Day at Yankee Stadium. The winning pitcher was Nathan Eovaldi. He improved to 6-2 on the year. The loser, Alfredo Simon, who fell to 7-4. Brian Mitchell threw 3 innings of relief, so he picked up his first save of the year, a save in a 14-3 game. And for the Yankees, it was a big home run party. Carlos Beltran had 2 home runs, his 6th and 7th of the season. Alex Rodriguez hit his 14th of the year. Chris Young hit his 8th of the year, and Didi Gregorius hit his 4th. So 5 home runs in the game for the New York Yankees in their 14-3 win. As for the New York Mets, they fall to the Atlanta Braves tonight in Atlanta, 6-4. The winning pitcher for Atlanta, Williams Perez, who improved to 4-0. Jack Leathersich took the loss for the Mets in relief of Noah Syndergaard, who only went 4 innings, and Leathersich falling to 0-1. The save went to Jason Grilli, his 20th of the year. And for the Mets, they got 2 home runs. Curtis Granderson, his 9th. Travis d'Arnaud, his 4th in the loss. New York Red Bulls fall today at Red Bull Arena. They dropped the soccer match 2-1 to the Vancouver Whitecaps, who got goals in the 15th minute from Mana and in the 77th minute from Froze. The only goal for the Red Bulls was from a bang in the 82nd minute. But New York City FC starting to get hot as they win it today on the road in Toronto, 2-0 over Toronto FC. David Villa scored twice, an 8th-minute penalty kick, and then scored again in the 58th minute for New York City FC. So that'll do it for the out-of-town scoreboard. Tomorrow, these two teams will have the quick turnaround, a 1:35 p.m. start on Father's Day here at Bethpage Ballpark. There will be a pregame barbecue going on for those who pregame a pregame barbecue all-you-can-eat package, and some fans who purchased a all-you-can-eat barbecue and catch package will have a pregame catch on the field for 15 minutes before tomorrow afternoon's ball game. And for the Ducks, they'll send out right-handed pitcher Mark Rogers to the mound. He's making a spot start because of the rainout on the postponed game on Tuesday that forced both Barbosa and Marshall to start on Wednesday. So Rogers will make the spot start. He's 3-3 with a 5.70 ERA on the season. And he'll be opposed by righty Reynaldo Lopez of the Bluefish, who was 0-2 with a 6.00 ERA. And so that is a good pitching matchup tomorrow. It could be a lot of offense for both teams tomorrow, but we will see who ends up getting the win. The Ducks, though, are winners of 8 in a row, and now 5 in a row over the Bridgeport Bluefish. They are now 20 games over 500 at 37-17 on the season. That's going to do it for us at Bethpage Ballpark on this Saturday night. A big thank you goes out to our engineer back in our Ronkonkoma studios, Chris Maffei, for pushing all the buttons, doing a great job as always. Once again, the final score was the Long Island Ducks defeating the Bridgeport Bluefish 12-6. We invite you to join us for our next Ducks broadcast, which will be tomorrow afternoon when the Ducks and the Bluefish play Game 3 of this 4-game set. Pre-game show is going to begin at 1:20. The first pitch at 1:35. You can follow all the action on the Ducks official YouTube channel, youtube.com/DucksBaseball, online as well at liducks.com. My name is Michael Pollock. Thank you so much for joining me here on your Saturday evening. I hope you enjoyed the broadcast and the Ducks win. Have a great rest of your Saturday night. We'll do it all over again tomorrow afternoon here at Bethpage Ballpark. Good night and so long from the Duck Pond.